Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Run the Flood, our weekly Shadowrun 5e game here on Table of Horrors. I am your Cosmic GM, Softhanomicon, and I am joined by my wonderful players and best buddies, my friends. I don't know where the hell best buddies came from in that, but Jason, played by Noskavian, Anxiety, played by Slippery Nosferatu, Morningstar, played by Therissa Rave, Mojave, played by Daybreakathon, Wonton played by Wonton. Hi. Wonton played by himself. Ah, come on, man. Come on.
By Wonton.
Shellhound played by Wonton, and Cloudburst played by Lord Rodon. There we go. There's my mess up for the day. Everything's perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong. Everything's great. Now, as we rejoin our party, you all are in the elevator as it opens onto the casino floor in the Golden Wing. You had just had a meeting with Oz, and he has given you basically the green light to eat whatever you'd like completely on the house in the buffet. So, here you...
I was just going to say, if you'll allow, before we even get in the elevator, Mojave would just sort of like touch Scale's arm to gesture for her to pull aside and tell the others, hey, we'll catch up in a sec, yeah? Just sort of scuttle into a side location, like any other, like if there is an empty conference room or even just a hallway, but somewhere that's not the casino floor that we could just have a little chat.
You can easily grab Scales quickly into a small inlet hall that you know has a conference room that's basically never used.
Yeah, just sort of open the door, duck in. Yep. Nope, empty. Hey, Scales, let's just for a sec.
Yes, okay. She'll follow him inside.
It don't take magic guys to see you was real tense in there, and I gotta ask, what's eating you?
I think I have been very patient with constantly being viewed as a threat. First from the Loki sons, then from your brother. And I think while the Loki sons were disappointing, to have that come from your brother, the same man who carried my near dead body into a fucking car when we were saving his city, that hurt.
I see. I'm gonna say, Scales, I get why you see it that way. But I'm gonna tell you that the picture as I saw it was a little bit different. Like, okay. I know, I do understand where you're coming from, but if it helps at all, knowing my brother, right? None of that was because of you. None of that was because you are a threat, no more than like anybody else in the room. No more than anybody else on the street. It's like, I'll tell you, he trusts you to a point I'd almost call reckless. No, really. Like, with the Varentess breathing down the Falcon's necks, right? He let our whole crew into his office. The guards stayed outside. He let you touch his devices. He gave me the go-ahead to talk to you straight, to Bend Omerta. That's, I know I might not feel it, but that's big Scales. That's huge. Yeah, he broke a lot of protocol to make this meeting happen here. Both him and the Lokisons have shown us a dick ton of special treatment your average family man, your average Shadowrunner don't get. Like, I'm telling you, right? If it was me, if I was Don Falcone right now and my brother was in my shoes, under the pressure he's facing right now, none of y'all would have been near the Golden Wing if it was me, much less in my personal office. If we met face to face at all, it'd have been in a temporarily secured secondary location in the dead of night with comm links outside and weapons checked at the door. I'm telling you, even then, I might have stayed scarce and had to go between do it instead. And none of that would be because I didn't trust y'all, the crew, in that scenario, but because there's a lot at stake right now. And a skilled enough decker, right? It don't take a technomancer. A skilled enough decker can tell where a guy's been and who he's been standing near based on the metadata in his comm link. Sure as the background mana shades your aura and secondhand smoke smell lingers on the skin. I'd fully trust that any crew that's got my brother's trust in this scenario has earned it. But at the same time, somebody took that photo. They might still have eyes on you. They might still have eyes on me. With everything on the line, one leak is all it takes. But odds, my blood runs hot. His head stays cool. And that's why he's the boss.
Mojave.
None of it was personal and none of it was aimed at you.
In that room was an incredibly skilled engineer who can make a full-size weaponized mech in which he can inhabit. A mage that can call down lightning. An assassin. And though Shellhound has not showed us the extent of his capabilities, he is Woki-san. And he looked at them with more trust than he did me. I understand he is your brother. I understand there is pressures put upon his head. But I didn't deserve that. I walked into the room and he immediately shut his fucking computer off.
He does that when anybody enters the room. He would have shut it off before we got there if we hadn't surprised him in the lobby. I'm telling you, Scales, I see where you're coming from, but even if you don't trust them to trust you, I hope you can trust me. I know it's frustrating. But, the boss is the boss because he plays smart. He's got more cards than we do. He knows more than we do about the details of this place and how it runs and what he can get away with. He gave us as much as he could, more than I ever thought he would. And if he looked at you, it was because you stepped forward and offered to do stuff to his tech. If Cloudy had stepped up and offered to lay some mojo on him, he would have done the same thing.
The looks he gave me were before I offered anything. I
am gonna say, he still doesn't know you super well, and you're real tall, and seeing you in the office, right? You are striking, Scales.
That is besides the point. It's not his first time meeting me. We went to fucking war together.
First time seeing you indoors, contextualized by a door frame.
Okay, perhaps I am large. There's nothing I can do about that. My point is we have been in far scarier situations where he should have trusted me less. And yet, in that moment, when it came to saving City, when it came to saving him, then he trusted me. But now, because of a fucking photo, which I offered to get rid of.
Okay.
I hear you, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it did not bother me, that it did not make me angry. Now, I don't care.
I'll tell you
now I am in a position where if everyone wants me to be the fucking Shadowrunner, I will be the Shadowrunner. I have no interest in anything else.
I'll tell you, Scales, it's you. Okay, like it's one of them things, right? I know a lot of the time you're getting frustrated because you see a simple line between point A and point B. Yeah, if people would just
Yes.
do the thing, it'd all be easy. But I'm gonna say me.
Not easy, but
Well,
better.
comparatively. But I'm gonna say right now, just me where I stand with my magic eyes and growing up in this life, where you see a nice easy sprint, I see a minefield. There's. Okay, I was hoping to save this part until things had cooled off and had the band and you had the bandwidth for politics, but politics have a way of being important whether you're ready for them or not. So can I bend your ear for a minute for family business lesson 2?
Fine. She'll sit down in one of the chairs that are in there and look up at him.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. I know it takes patience. I do. But okay. So where to start? I think normally I think I'd want to ask you for your take on how Lokiston connects to Zodiac. I ain't gonna ask you to break any of the oaths you may or may not have taken. I'm not gonna do that to you. So I think instead I'll tell you my impression, right? Lokiston and Zodiac. My impression, based off just what I've seen, watching, listening, and based off what I know about the shape of the game as a whole. I'll tell you, the Lokiston Mafia is not that big. Not at all. Even with 3 dons together, the Lokiston don't got nearly enough manpower to make a dent in a mega sprawl the size of LA, and yet. You know, my crowd used to have 2 big old families over that a ways, holding turf against everybody from the Triads to the Yakuza to the Vori and beyond. But now LA is all Lokiston, and that it don't add up. But then you factor in Zodiac, yeah? The up-and-coming Lokiston crew signs on with a secret org looking to gain traction, and Zodiac helped them push out the rest. Not by manpower in a straight war the way things might have been done other ways, but through new world tricks most of them oldsters hadn't yet seen. And then your dons, in exchange for this help, pay him back by following Zodiac's lead on how and where they do business. I say this conjecture, because from where I stand, the Lokiston brass are hanging by a thread right now. My city's a powder keg, and they're running on spit and hope. There's no way they'd be pushing into Vegas now of all times, unless a higher power was pushing them on. You know more than I do about that side of the game. Sound reasonable to you so far?
Reasonable.
All right. So that's where the Lokiston stand. And what's driving them on into this mess. This takes us to my crowd. A lot of my guesses about Zodiac are based on what I know. See, in La Cosa Nostra, this thing of ours, you got your normal hierarchy, right? Your associates, which is the Shadowrunners, your hopefuls. It's not just Shadowrunners. It is people who are putting in their hours to earn the right to take them oaths. But you got your associates, who follow the soldiers, who answer to the captains, who obey the underboss, who answers to the Don. Straight and simple.
Mm-hmm.
But that ain't where it ends, Where your family has Zodiac, mine has the Commissiona. And it bears repeating. None of us leaves this room, yeah?
No, it will not leave this room.
So, you already know that every family's led by a Don, the Capo Famiglia.
Mm.
And there is a Don for every family. And there's 2 or 3 families in every major city this side of the Atlantic. So that's a lot of dangerous people who don't always see eye to eye. So to keep us all from eating each other, right, we formed the Commissiona, a massive council where every Don on the continent has equal voice and vote. Anything from whose job is it to deal with the bugs down in Chicago to settling interfamily disputes. And what the Commissiona decides is law. No questions, no exceptions, no appeal. But even that ain't the top of the chain. There's well over 100 voices in that council. Last I heard anyway. And, sometimes it don't matter what the folks down in Milwaukee think. Which is where you get the inner circle. 12 of the most powerful capo from the most powerful families in the most powerful cities who decide when the rest get to vote on what. And Vegas has a seat in that inner circle. And right now it is held by the Varentess, because they were in Vegas first. And, most of all, they're human. Yeah, I see the look on your face. And I just, because that's part of it, Before my old man kicked the door open, you'd be hard-pressed to find enough elves in the family to fill out a football team. Not just on this continent either. I'm talking like the whole world. And on the whole, humanity likes elves. So that photo, it ain't just the fact that it's there. It ain't just the fact you could erase it, but it still exists. And it's the facts, it's the photo and the little drive-by, it's all blackmail, yeah? Because all Evie would have to do, she has her figurehead bring that photo of hers to the racist oldsters up top, pitch a story about them traitor Keebs conspiring with the Grendel Street freaks to overthrow good, honest, old-blood humans, and suddenly we're out. Everything my dad built, everything my brother killed me for, and everybody the Varentess don't care to protect. You know them Shadowrunners sayings Cloudy's always coming up with? The geek, the mage, never deal with dragons. There's another one people say. Never trust an elf. Vegas has its problems now, but so does everywhere. Things here used to be a whole lot worse. And that's so much of what's going on here. The Lokison bosses have bosses, and my brother has bosses, and there is so much going on behind the scenes. I feel safe saying Evangeline hasn't taken the story to the brass yet. She knows the Falcones would go down swinging if she tried, and she don't want that expense, not to mention, as much as we annoy them, the Varentess benefit from having us around, keeping the spirit side of things in check. But I also know she won't hesitate to pull the trigger if she thinks Oscar's out of control, which is why he's got to be so careful. And this is also why I've been running ragged, playing all these delicate little games that seem so stupid. Evangeline doesn't know how deep things are between your family and mine. If she did, she'd have pulled that trigger already. And we still don't know how deep she is in with Richter. We know she's involved. We don't know what to extent. We don't know what her contacts are. There's a lot we don't know. Which is one of the reasons I'm still playing nice. We are not in position yet. There's plenty more we can squeeze from her before we're ready to make her pop. And with everything at stake, it just compounds. And on top of all that, the Varentess, the Falcone, and the Lokisons included, we all got to make sure we don't annoy the PCC too much right now. Because this is an election year, and a bordering country is going to war. If they come down on Vegas right now, they are going to come down so hard. It's a lot. Oscar's trusting you as much as he can get away with. I'd say even the Lokisons, they are, from what I have seen, they are pushing so hard to try and keep us in there, to keep themselves in our good books. I'm telling you, I'm not saying all this explaining politics out so that you're going to stress about it. This is, it ain't your job to juggle this mess, and I'm more than willing to pull my weight. But I think it might help you to know just the scale of what we're dealing with. And give some context for why folks are acting the way they are, why they're doing what they do. I'm telling you, Scales, it ain't you.
Even if they could not tell me everything, had someone, not after the fact, but beforehand, simply explained such things, I would have been okay. It would not have been taken personal. But when you get told that you are the problem, you are the reckless one, you are the one that will cause the downfall, it starts to feel fucking personal and less about politics. So I understand all you are saying, and I will play by the rules so that things do not become more than they need to. But not one of them needed to make me the problem when I wasn't.
And you're not. And Scales, I'm gonna say straight out, I'm sorry if this feels uncalled for, but I do gotta wonder if maybe your scars are showing. No, I'm saying he was made by Aztec to be a weapon. You expect people to treat you like a weapon. And there comes a point where even if they aren't meaning to, you're going to feel like you're being treated like a weapon because that's how you expect to be treated. You get what I'm saying? And it's my brother, you know? Not just like, I know, and your family, you're not just a Shadowrunner here.
I didn't ask to be made. And if everyone can stop making it feel like it is my fault, I'd appreciate it. Maybe it is not their intent, but they all know because it's not a secret.
That's the thing, though. Some of them might know, but none of them know you like I know you. None of them know how not to step on lines they don't know are there. What to say and what not to say, and what's gonna ping an alert in your brain that they didn't even know they had to watch for. And I totally get it. You don't know them either. It's hard to give them the benefit of the doubt. But especially I'm telling you, Scales, we are so close. We are so close. Everything is exactly where it needs to be right now.
It's hard for me to give grace to those who could not be bothered to do the same for me. Because let's be honest.
If you weren't
given
grace, Scales, you'd already be dead.
They haven't really given me grace. And yes, of course, they could. That's been a risk my entire existence. That
if
means
they weren't giving you grace,
you'd
already be dead. That's the long and short of it. I'll tell you, Scales, I was terrified when Sleipnir took you off in that car for that little chat. Because based off what I seen, the way anybody else would have been treated, you wouldn't have gotten out of that car. So many rules have been bent. So much protocol has been broken. They aren't nice people. They're mobsters.
I am
this
under
is what crazy looks like.
I am under no delusions of what they are. It would have felt less awful if they would have killed me. But to look at someone, in the case of Sleipnir, who knew that I am technically family, who knew where I was, and could have simply, if he didn't already know, asked my fucking mother what they did in that lab, to look at me like I'm a bomb about to go off and not explain anything, not really. Put expectations, but not any explanation for it. It becomes too much. I can forgive your brother. I get it. But it all feels like everyone bandies around this word family, but all I am seeing is that family isn't worth shit. Status seems to be far more important. Because family would have done what you have done, sat me down and explained the position. If they could not give me names, if they could not give me too much detail, okay, fine. But the explanation of there's more to this would have been far more appreciated than to be treated like a weapon when all I have done is help.
This is another one of those things where they ain't doing this because you're you. They're doing that because that's how things are done. I asked Oz to be able to say these things, but by rights, saying all this to somebody who ain't yet been made, I should be shot.
It just feels like.
And the other thing is, a lot of people ain't nearly as good as talking as I say. I'm flubbing my sentence scales, but I am a lot more articulate than so many of the suckers out there, and I know the irony. I am a talker. It is the only reason I am alive. And I know you well enough to speak in words you listen, but Sleipnir, I don't know what Sleipnir's deal is, but it sure as heck ain't that.
Look,
there's this thing too, right? There's family and then there's family. One of the things, when you're in a position of power, right, you got to be careful about how you behave when you're being friendly with the folks in your power, for the exact reasons that the brass right now seems to keep tripping up on. Because it's real hard when you can't tell whether you're talking lowercase family or uppercase family. It's real hard when you don't know whether you're talking business or you're talking friendship. It's real hard when them lines get crossed. And these people are trying to reach out to you to be lowercase family, but they are also trying to run the uppercase family. And I don't think they're equipped to know how to do that, because the Lokisons are new when they weren't raised to this game. That's the long and short of it. And it's part of, I know I'm talking in circles here. I'm babbling, but like I think this is where he just grabs her hands and just looks her in the eye, just kind of pleading. I swear to you, Lydia, you are not the problem here. I know you might not believe that's what's going on, but all as technology built into you, everything they made you to be, the world is cruel. The sixth world was baptized in blood, but it is not cruel because you are in it. And it is not crueler for having you in it. You are the reason I'm here. You're the reason I'm still working every day to try and make it kinder. And you know what? I will make it kind for you. Do you understand me? This meeting, I tell you, this meeting, I want you to know I have been working weeks, months, longer. Back when I wasn't sleeping right on Crank. Slipping off to them private little chats, making all them stupid, risky decisions, and you'd come back, and I'd come back, and you'd ask me, what would you do? And I would say, there was a job I had to do, and only I could do it. You remember all that?
Yes.
That whole time, right? This was the job I was doing. This was what I was aiming for. This meeting scales. Setting things up so that you, your family, me, I knew what would happen, right? When we came to Vegas, I told you every step along the way, I said that if we go there, I'm going to be different. I knew that if we went to Vegas, Ollie would come back. I knew if Ollie came back, I'd end up going home. For better or worse, I would go home. Whatever Ollie turned out to be, I'd go home. I wouldn't have a choice. But you would have a choice if that happened. One with your family on one side and me on the other. I didn't want to do that to you. Not ever. You've lost enough. And you deserve better. There's family, and there's us. And that night, the one way back when, before we even took care of Avira, before LA was flooded, way back when. That night, I remembered how it felt to die. Wound up sobbing in your arms. Back then, I saw the future clear as memory. I knew where we was going to end up. With you on one side and me on the other. And I swore to myself, whatever this... When this Tech-Thalemia world says it's time to choose one or the other, I swore to myself right then I would bend heaven and earth to make sure you could pick to keep all three. You wouldn't have to, but it'd be an option. And now we're here. Both sides gonna meet at the table, doing business. Which is how alliances start, which is how things progress. The Varen test getting involved is honestly a happy accident. It makes my job so much easier, believe it or not. But that's what this is for. That's what I have been working for. And that's...
Is that what scares them, Oliver?
What?
That they know if I had to make a choice, I would choose you. That you are my family.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it, yeah. Because up until now, in the Lokison's eyes, I'm Ollie Falcone, the violent mobster who nearly took out every technomancer in Vegas. They got every reason not to trust me. But with this meeting, I'm hoping they will. Because they need to know where you're going to stand. And if they give you an order, whether or not you're going to go for the throat. And right now, up until now, from that moment, I saw a future in which our crew got hired to take out a hit on Oz. And in every memory I had of him, before I knew anything about who I was, scared as I was in all the memories, he was smiling. Comforting me. And that was enough to make me think, maybe. Sure, he shot me in the head, but maybe I deserved it. And you know what? I did. And if that's why I was running around, to try and find out, to try and make sure. And of course, I couldn't talk about it because you can't. I've been so busy doing, I ain't had time to explain. But that's the thing, there ain't always time to explain. That's where the trust comes in. And I know you trust me like I trust you. But I do. I trust them. They are trying to do the right thing. If they weren't, I would not be working myself to the bone to make this meeting happen. I'd have picked a side.
This is what I know. I do not trust your brother. Not yet. I do not trust the Lokisons. But I do trust you. And if you say they are trying, I will not be aggressive with them.
That's all I'm asking. Just, The world is hard and cruel. The people who made the both of us were hard and cruel. And we can either be what they want, or we can choose to be different. I don't want to see you harden your heart and lose out on the snake I know, you know?
This meeting. You are saying that everyone is going to be, well, not trying to actively kill each other.
Yes. Evangeline is going because she wants to try and suss out how deep things are between the Lokis and the Falcone, and you know we are going to bald-face lie every step of the way. We're going to convince her that we ain't been talking, and in doing so, the Lokison are going to see that Oz is okay and Evie's the problem. And Oz is going to see the Lokison are willing to play ball. And both Fenrir and Oz is going to see that everything I've been promising them about the other side is true. That Oz can play ball with the Lokison and they can play ball with him. And then, once it's all said and done, we're going to do business and we're going to have both families on our side. Not us with them with us. That's what I've been working for a very long time.
I really hope that it turns out the way you are saying. Because I don't think either side is doing enough as far as Evie is concerned. And I do not trust her to play nice.
Her hands are tied by the Commissione as much as Oz's are. There are also things she can and cannot do.
I think when you have someone like Richter behind you,
And that's
the
part of what we're
things you
seeing.
can and can't do
Do not
change.
yet know how fully she is behind Richter. For all we know, you don't ask the weapons dealer where the guns end up or what they're used for. We need to know whether she was shipping out what she was as a friend or whether it was all just business.
Okay.
And
Okay.
part of it is, it's not just the Commissione, it's the PCC. The government is here. They are watching. Everybody's a little on edge right now, Evangeline included. If she did pop off, well, wouldn't be good for anybody, Verantess included. We are a city. That's a nation.
My concern is who will have the voice in this meeting. Your brother mentioned that she is technically not the leader. I assume it is her son.
Yeah.
From what Rue has said, he's not exactly a leader.
No, but in seeing what she tells him to say, we're going to see the story as she wants it to be told. And all the while, me and my magic eyes, and anybody else in the room capable of seeing, we're going to be watching her face, we're going to be watching her aura, we're going to be watching for any hints of that cruel satisfaction that's going to give her away.
I would feel better if I could at least have eyes in the fucking room.
I'll tell you, Scales, like, on the books, it can't happen. There's a reason when I was sitting y'all down for the brief, I said Jay should go with you.
We will have to find a way to get eyes in the room.
Hey, if anybody can, there's nobody I trust more.
Thank you
Sort of
for doing what you are doing.
He squeezes one of her hands and pats her on the shoulder. Now, we should go catch up with the others. You gotta try the pie. Please?
I'll think about it.
Come
And
on.
she'll get up.
It's a real good
She
pie.
gets up. She rolls her eyes, but there is like a smile on her face. A lot of the tension that was in her body is not quite gone, but it has lessened. And she'll walk out the room with Mojave to meet up with the others. I think that she has collected this information, and she will do her best to behave, but she's definitely like not exactly warm. Despite all that was said, there is still like an undercurrent of frankly trauma that is there. Morningstar has never gone into detail on the things that were done to her or the things that her grandfather drilled into her mind. And with everything as it is, she wants to believe Mojave. She wants to believe the things that he is working for and towards. But a part of her believes her grandfather, that people will always view her as a weapon. But she goes with Mojave anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we're not asking for warmth. We're just asking to protect that shred of hope. And yeah, full on like dragging Scales out of the elevator when we arrive there by the hand, looking for the others, and also apple pie.
So, the rest of you, while they had that conversation, you had gone down. You are on the casino floor. I assume everyone heads over to the buffet restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they have already been informed of your arrival. Like immediately it was called in. They have a table set for you. And it is literally like price does not matter, though you are offered the entire buffet, the dessert menu, any liquor. You are literally set on the table. There is a small, like metal holder, and in the holder is this golden like bird design and made of paper, and it is literally used as a VIP symbol that no check will ever be grabbed to you. You will be handed anything you want. You are pure VIPs right now. And though you are given a note underneath the bird, and it's just written out, this night only, guys. And it's a very clean, very nice, and at the bottom it has an O, Z, and a kind of tail to it, like a quick signature. You all are there. You can get whatever you wish, and then a little while later, Mojave comes in dragging Scales into the buffet area. Scales, you see everybody. I assume Shellhound is already on the 5th plate of the buffet.
No. We're trying each of the little things. We are doing this like a goddamn sommelier. You're trying this shit and not just shoveling it down your gullet.
Yeah, you are going to
saying
see.
that,
I
but
see. We're in the training moment.
There's a plate in each hand and a plate on each elbow that he's balancing, just walking back to the party, stacking plates. Like, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it, don't drop it.
Don't drop it.
When you guys see Mojave dragging Morningstar, it's definitely like it's giving very much sibling energy where she's like making herself dead weight, so he really has to drag her, and she's just like, it's probably not even good pie. Like she's just talking a lot of shit, getting
Oh,
back.
no,
to
I'm
the
telling you,
table.
I'm telling you, favorite forever. Come on.
As you're getting pulled through the restaurant, Morningstar, you are noticing almost every table has pie on it, and almost all of them are like very clearly like an apple pie.
Mhm.
It's on every fucking table, man.
Makes her roll her eyes harder. You know what I mean? Like she's being an absolute brat in this moment. Like but giving very much little sister energy and being like, whatever. People have bad taste. Just because everybody likes it doesn't mean it's good. Just very that. Until she gets to the table, and then she'll like sit like a proper lady and stop being a little menace.
Sorry
And
to
she
keep y'all
won't.
waiting. Hope
And she
y'all,
won't trip Shellhound because she sees he has all the fucking plates.
not eating us at a house and home yet, I hope. 2 Shellhounds specifically.
Is that a challenge?
No, it's not.
Stop! You will make yourself sick.
No, I won't.
You are not, despite what you may believe, are not a bottomless pit. Eventually, it will all come back up. That's gross.
My theory, right, is that Shelly and anxiety are secretly connected. Because the one eats like that, and the other doesn't.
Ah,
Another
like
has
yin
like
and
a
yang.
glass of water with a lemon wedge and like a garden salad at a buffet.
I don't need to eat this much. I just choose to.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to go with that. He just chooses to.
That's so interesting.
Balance. Hey, it's balance. I like that.
Yes, yin and yang and all that.
See, I need to go get another plate for him, and then eat.
For
I think
who?
you
He has
already
a
have.
salad. There's 12 plates on this table.
Meanwhile, I just have my own little plate and different new piece of sushi around the outside, a little wedge of like steak and some of the fresh veggies. Kind of like, what the fuck are you doing?
At least you've been chewing it, right, Shelly? You've been chewing your food,
Oh.
tasting it, Cloudy. He's been tasting it, right?
It's a little bit
Kind
of everything.
Yeah,
Doozy.
has been going for the let's see how it all tastes together approach.
Oh,
Well,
I see.
there's some thought to it. I don't mix like different flavors, but like food that goes together, you know?
I mean, that's a lot like my soups. I'm not going to comment too much. Only
Look,
judging a little bit.
no one gets sick, and she's gonna go and get herself or actually, she'll just have a plate and then start like picking off of people's plates to fill her own.
And Mojave
Jay
just
will get like a little bit of everything until he can't like fit any more on his plate, and he'll just kind of like try to keep track of like how many times he has to go up because he doesn't want to eat a lot of food, but he wants to try everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mojave's keeping it simple. One slice of pie for him, and he's ordering 1 slice of pie for Scales.
I assume the golden apple pie.
You know it!
She will look at the people at the table and deal with the ghost child first. Hold on.
Damn mages running these casinos with ghost children in them.
Ooh, a haunted casino. It brings in the extra tourists.
True.
People want that spook factor.
Ghost child dealt with. Okay, I was gonna do something. So I look at the group at the table, and how's everybody doing? She's like, what's the vibes? Everybody feeling good? She doesn't ask anything. She's just kind of looking at body language.
More general exasperation about whatever the hell Shelly is currently doing to his stomach, but otherwise having a good time.
Okay.
Shelly is having a great time. I don't know about you guys, but this is great.
Okay.
Okay, but alternatively, just take this tiny little part of your plate and drink it with this, please. Just don't do it all at once. both together.
With the most exaggerated motion of Drax moving as slow as possible so you can't see him move, he does that.
Amazing.
Oh Lord.
Just watching, kind of fascinated.
The slow, deliberate crunch of a crouton. Like, anxiety's had about as much as he can handle of the fucking mobster shit. And like, yeah, you got him a job standing on a roof for some new yen, but you know, there's probably not a lot more like stand on the roof for new yen jobs in this guy. He does not give a shit about mobster stuff. Not that he's like having a bad time or pouting, but he's like, if
a lot of
we're
mobster stuff,
not,
man.
if we're not going to Shadowrun, if we're just mobsters now, this might be like one of the last missions I do with y'all. Is like kind of like the energy of just like, I'm not a mobster. You guys don't want to be mobsters? That's cool. I'm gonna go get in a different movie though, because I don't give a fuck about this stuff. But you know, for now, he's not taking advantage of anything being given to him. It's just a salad with some croutons. He's like, nah, I'm good. I don't need the filet mignon that was paid for in blood.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, everything in the sixth world is paid for with blood.
Not these croutons. They're innocent.
You don't know that.
I know it's just stale bread, dog.
Morningstar is struggling. She unfortunately has that mood swing issue at the moment. And so I think she's like, she doesn't have knees anymore, but the equivalent of like when a cat is you know, kind of maybe not anxious, but like tense, her tail is kind of flicking every once in a while. The equivalent of when you have knees and you're bouncing your knee. You know, but she kind of she is, yeah, struggling is the best word. She is struggling.
Yeah, Mojave is eating his pie and chatting with that sort of being extra calm and chill and collected to try and non-verbally signal exactly how in control the situation really is.
Yeah. So, after this, anyone have plans? Things that they want to do?
You told me.
I'm asking you.
I mean, like talking after the meal or after the meeting?
The meal, but the meeting too.
If you don't need me later tonight, I might go looking for something that might help later down the road. That's magical things.
Oh?
Okay.
Their focus is out there. Might see whether some of them might come in handy later.
True.
What sort of
But
focus
that's
are you
neither
looking
here
for?
nor there. Hmm?
What sort of focus are you looking for? That actually, I might join you on that. That sounds like fun.
I mean, depends on what it's out there.
I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm doing after this.
I mean,
No.
if you don't mind me tagging along, I'm down for a little mage quest.
Magic treasure hunt? Well, that's fun. I'm down for that.
Not my area of expertise, unfortunately.
Well,
It never
funny
will
thing
if you don't
about
try
that. No, hold on. Sometimes mages will put what they're happening to be willing to make or sell online. It's as much an enterprise as anything. So if you want to try helping out, I'm sure you might be able to find some back alley dealers that want to do a little bit more on the down low than some of the others we might be able to find off the cuff.
Okay, I can do that. What about the rest of you?
I'm just happy to have all my friends around.
Pats Jay on the back.
He
Good
smiles
to have you
at
too,
Jay.
buddy.
Yeah.
So no plans, no more tinkering for
Oh,
this evening?
well, I mean, I always work in my workshop before bed. I'm still working on the van after all.
Yes. You will try to get some sleep, yes?
Yeah, I always see. I figured it
Okay,
out,
but
right? If
Uh-huh.
if you sleep for like 4 hours and then you're up for 4 hours or 8 hours or whatever, like there's a schedule where you can sleep, where you can optimize your time.
I
I'm gonna
see.
tell you, Jason, you try and stick that schedule too long in this line of work, you're gonna end up hallucinating.
You might want a little bit more than 4 hours.
Is that a bad
You
thing?
know.
I mean, it is if you're shooting at people who aren't there.
Ooh, with hit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Never
see.
mind.
Just a little more than 4 hours, like maybe if we could get the solid 5, I think I wouldn't feel the need to hanker you about it.
Yeah, get a
You
good
just-
night's sleep before the meeting at least, because we're gonna need you sharp.
Right.
And before we're
you
doing
could-
anything important, just in general. But I mean, I will tell you, Jay. Like, if you do think you're gonna pull an all-nighter, and you tell me in advance, I can get you stuff so you're not tired.
Well, like I don't mean only getting 4 hours of sleep. It's like, you get 4 hours of sleep, and then you're up for like 8 hours. Then you get 4 hours of sleep.
And then we wind up dancing with a bunch of randos and have to stay up an extra 6.
I just think
Yeah, okay.
I just think at least because lately you haven't really been sleeping at all. So just to catch up, that way,
Yeah, maybe I'll sleep for like 12 hours for a couple days and catch up. But once I figure this out, I'm gonna get like this optimized sleep schedule figured out so that we can have more time in the day / and or night to get things done.
Oh, I see.
I mean, good luck. It's an admirable goal. As I said, along the way, if you think you're gonna have a rough night before we expect things to pop off, let me know. I can help with,
Are you going to give him
Regulated-
drugs?
well,
Okay.
so no, it is possible to use crank responsibly if you're careful about your dosages and you don't use it too much. It can help. Sometimes there's work that's got to be done and there ain't time to sleep.
All right.
And I'd rather have him do that than have him nodding off behind the wheel or in the middle of a gunfight.
Fair, very fair. What
I'm
about you?
trying to be a responsible doctor.
What about you, Anxiety? What will you be up to?
Probably go back and stay in my room. It's not really safe for me to be out.
But you don't have to be relegated to just your room.
There's no more or less to do in my room than the living room.
You
But
can
there's
always
at least
hang out
a
with
TV.
me.
True.
I mean, if we got you a hoodie, a face mask, and a good pair of sunglasses, nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're also incredibly stealthy. So you don't have to relegate yourself to four walls, is all I'm saying.
I'm all for playing safe, being careful, but you don't gotta put yourself in the no fun corner.
I mean, that's what most of this trip has been. It's fine. You guys realize this place sucks, right? Like Big Dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know about
But
the
it's got
dick
good food.
portion, but it's been rough.
Yeah, I'm pretty much over it. I miss my family.
Can we go? Maybe we could go hang out with your family. Maybe take a vacation.
Take a vacation back home.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'll
Yeah,
tell
maybe.
you, like, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but no, I do know about the. We still got business back in LA. Once
Yes.
we've done with business here, like that's the plan, ain't it?
I mean, I haven't given up the hunt for Richter.
Exactly.
So,
And I got a score to settle with them folks what flooded Freak Show Row.
right. So even
Yeah,
though
what
we
is
go-
what sort of is the rest of what we have to do here?
Here,
Yeah, what is the rest? Yeah.
we gotta. I mean, this meeting's to facilitate an alliance between the Lokis and the Falcons.
Is there anything else?
Yes, we also got to deal with Evangeline, who may or may not be funneling adamantine to the enemy as a whole, and making sure Richter's connections don't extend too far in any directions over here, taking care of what we can find to make sure it doesn't happen again, and that when we do catch her elsewhere, she's not armed with stuff from here. But then once we've taken care of this and that, that's it.
well, to be clear, right? As far as the gangster stuff goes, it's technically just the meeting, because everything else has to do with Richter.
I mean, I'll tell you, even this meeting, like back in my mind, all of this, we do got our goals, and my family business aligns with ours. I made sure of it.
Right. It's not entirely like this mobster business is very much the surface level of what we're actually doing.
Yep. And
You know.
ideally, if we can collect enough friends in high places, it'll make the rest of the job a heck of a lot easier. And if our allies ain't busy fighting each other, that also helps.
Yes.
Sure. Who is Richter? Did I meet this person?
Yeah, she's the lady with all the blood stuff.
This stuff that put the dome over the city, over this city.
I think I might have been.
You remember the little bloodworms, though, yeah?
Yeah, I remember those. I think I might
Yeah.
have been teleported for this person, but
Yeah,
Yes.
she's the lady with the bloodworms.
oh,
Yes.
she's the one who endangered
He's-
the whole city.
Yes.
He's the reason
And-
why you couldn't have your teeth everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that
Yeah,
bitch.
she was causing problems over in LA, and then we
Okay,
followed her
yeah.
here, and that's why we're
Okay.
here in the first place.
She's also the reason why we had to put extra protection on your sister because of he and his cult of copies. So
Yeah, okay, squad.
yeah, so that's in the tree of things we are having to deal with. That's the core of it, is her.
You know, don't mistake me for a second. Like, when it's all said and done, and we are done with this, it's probably gonna be Vegas if I ever decide to settle down. But until that point, like, nah, this is a stepping stone along our road to solving that. People are getting hurt, she's doing things, and everything else is a means to that end. Her end.
You weren't here for it, but we discovered how deeply interwoven Richter is with Cloudy's things, his family. So I know you're not exactly enthusiastic about what we're dealing with now, but not that it will get better. It will probably still suck, but it's not all gang stuff, you know. It's
Yeah, I've got no intention of making y'all get sucked into my family business.
yes, this is just the place between.
Sounds good.
Cool. So how do you feel about the face mask and the sunglasses?
I'm more of a go around just as a cowboy kind of guy.
Hmm.
Yeah, but just for the meantime, once we get this sorted out, like we can get back to partying it up.
With me in a hat and sunglasses.
No. This is just until then. Once we're done with this
Oh.
bit, you can go back to the cowboy hat or whatever the heck you want. But just for now, so you're not sitting back there being sad.
Okay.
He doesn't laugh in
It-
character. I'm so
it's
sorry.
It's more of where we are rather than like what I'm doing. I just kind of sit back in my. I'm a very simple guy. I don't need a lot. If you guys are going someplace to do something specific and you need me, I can put on a hoodie, sure. But if you don't have anything specific to do, I absolutely do not mind just going home.
I hope you know.
Is
I
there
do think of you
anything?
as a friend, and I just want to make sure you're not like I don't know, being left behind. You know.
It's whatever.
But it don't gotta be.
Do you want me to come with you?
To my room? No.
No, just
I mean, the fandom might. I don't know.
Oh, well, maybe. No,
I
it's
mean,
not.
you can always help me out in the workshop too.
It is more specifically that the arson thing I was framed for,
Yeah.
and if specific people are looking for me with abilities, a hoodie's not it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
We,
mean,
we
that,
gotta,
that's,
we gotta work
that's
on
fair.
unflaming you.
Uh,
Hey, maybe I could build you a mech.
I think we'll probably be able to handle it other ways faster than that, but I'm not gonna say the thought didn't also cross my mind.
if it can be the red mech, sure. The old blue, or yellow, or pink,
A red mech.
or the other Super
Oh.
Sentai colors. I want the red Zord.
Ooh, okay. A red mech. Red is like fire. A red mech that shoots fire.
You're
Oh my
not
God,
helping
no.
the you're not helping the arson case right
Yeah,
now.
oh my God, no. Please, no. I'll never beat this rap at this rate.
See the allegations not once.
Maybe like a bunch of fire extinguishers on
And
it or something.
you can be
Huh?
the firefighter. Fight with fire.
Sure, you can make it a big ladybug and they'll call me the firebug.
That's
I dig it.
don't do that, please.
No, I'm just picturing, right, like one of them helmets. But the helmet's a ladybug.
Please.
What?
Anchor.
The idea of covering his face up is a bit of a tragedy, so maybe we don't do that.
Thank you.
I mean, it'd only be for the meantime.
Right.
No,
Yeah, I can meantime it with you guys if you like
yeah.
are doing something specific.
I
That's
think
not
I
fucking
think it
this
is-
shit.
I think it's that everyone would like the crew to be together. That's all. You know,
For what?
Cheers.
because we're friends.
Flanks Jason's
right?
glass.
We're friends. So
I'll raise
friends stick together.
my dippy cup of low fat Caesar dressing to that.
Jay will like start patting everyone on the back, but he'll try to like pat each person on the back with like a different hand. So he's like trying to like,
Different
pat
arm.
everyone on the back.
Hey, there we go.
Are you gonna drink that?
Four people. at
dressing?
once.
Yeah.
I'm eating it.
Well, I
You
you,
want-
you just raised it as a toast. I thought you were gonna drink it, and I was curious. Like, have you
Oh.
done that before?
No.
Shellhound.
I mean, I have seen people do that.
Sally, please, please.
I'm just curious. There's just thoughts in my head now. Now I'm curious what that's like.
I mean, you can go and get yourself a little cup if you want.
Please
That's
don't.
crazy.
I
You
mean,
just ate like so much food. Please don't do this.
Look. Scales. You have to understand.
Yes.
My body is a temple. His is more like a haunted house. It makes lots of sounds. It's full of scary things. You don't want to go there maybe late at night, but
Right. I'm getting this reference. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Back
I
to the
mean-
sleep thing.
Right. Sleep. Because
What
we
if-
do need that.
I plan to sleep for like 6 hours, and
Mm.
then, in the evening, before it becomes nighttime and we get ready for a shadow and stuff, then I sleep for like another hour to get like a power nap before
Mhm.
dark.
That works too.
I mean, yeah.
That
how,
works.
How much sleep do you
Yeah.
normally get?
None.
When you're-
He's
when
not
you're
been
not-
sleeping.
Well, not like lately,
Between
but
2
like-
and 6 hours usually.
Yeah, well,
That's a pretty big range.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm more or less the same. But it's 6 hours and a nap. That sounds good to me.
Yes, that does
6
sound
and a half.
good.
Sure.
Not everyone is anxiety who only needs to meditate for like 15 minutes and he's good for a week. So you do need those 6 hours for
I
sure.
need to figure out how to do that.
No, you don't. No, because as far as I understand, genetics, he's able to do that because of genetics, not
You can-
because.
If you act now, you can buy
Willpower.
my book for 3 easy payments.
Wait, we can sell books on our teaching people to do stuff and they'll buy it?
No, we can't.
No!
I mean, in theory, there is a whole self-help market, but a lot of it, I mean, you're gonna be lying to people.
yeah.
A
I mean,
lot of
most of
people,
every market
sometimes,
is
I
snake
guess.
oil these days.
That is that is very true. Do not look at the
Right.
contents of my bag.
Do
Look,
you
I
have
know.
snake oil? Is
Probably
snake
actually
oil, wait,
snake
no,
oil.
like is snake oil actually a thing?
I'm literally-
anything that's like a false promise or like a trick is snake
Yeah, no,
oil.
I know the term, but like is like can you
Yeah.
do snakes make oil?
No,
I'm sure if you squeeze anything
Yes.
hard enough, you'll get something out of it.
exactly that.
Sorry, Scales. I just the thought was- I
Morningstar
had to
is
ask.
sitting there, a full snake,
No, I want to.
looking at this man.
I want to say the phrase goes back to like what the 20s, the 30s, maybe even the 1800s. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember looking it up once. There was some guy selling snake oil, literal snake oil, as medicine. That's where it comes from. I do not tend to keep that as one of the ingredients in my soup. But if I was to go to a shop and it was going to be the thing, and I needed the thing for the soup, and it was there and it was right, I don't know. I might.
As the only snake in the fucking group, no, there is not snake oil. We just put oil on our scales to make
So
them
there is-
shiny.
So
there
snake
is-
oil.
there is snake oil. It's just not.
No,
made by
it's
you,
just
but it's made
oil.
for you.
No, snake oil,
Okay.
like baby powder. The powder ain't made from babies. The powder goes on to babies.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
so
no,
it's
no, I
similar
get
to
it.
that,
Right.
but it is
I
just
get it.
oil,
Right,
not
right, right.
specifically.
Yeah,
snake
it's
oil.
lotion for snakes, so it's just snake oil.
Yeah.
Like hand lotion that goes on your hands and
Yeah.
not in your mouth. It's
It
hand
puts
lotion.
I'm
lotion
sorry.
on its
Hold
skin.
on.
Lotion goes in your mouth? What the
He said
it
shit
shouldn't
are you
go in your mouth.
eating?
It doesn't go in your mouth. That's why it's called hand
Okay.
lotion. It
I mean,
goes
with
on your
right.
hands.
Shelly right here, sometimes you do gotta specify.
Okay.
I've never eaten lotion.
Don't. Oh god.
No, but you were
okay.
just talking about shooting the salad dressing, so we gotta be sure. If it smelled nice enough, can you tell me honestly that you wouldn't?
Morningstar
Puts the
No.
pulls
lotion on
out.
its
Volumes.
skin. Elsie gets those.
Morningstar pulls out of her bag a small bottle. It's like, a really pretty bottle. And she will hand it to Shellhound and says, "This is the oil I use on my scales. If you eat it, I will choke you out."
Chuck.
It says Bath and
Chuck.
Body Works on it.
She
Sweet
She
pea.
fully punches. She fully
What?
punches Anxiety in the arm.
You're saying that like that's a bad thing?
Whoa, softy. Above table. You're saying Bath and Body Works survived the Great Fall?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it did.
Lush
Are we
didn't.
sponsored
Lush-
this week?
Lush-
What happened?
Lush didn't, but
So it is labeled. It's like Bath and Body Works. It's definitely not Sweet Pea
We're-
because she's not a
we
floral
are not.
girly.
By the way, we are not sponsored.
We are not sponsored by
I
Bath
just
and
happened to
But
go to
we
the mall
could
this
be.
weekend.
But we could be Beth.
I
we
would,
could
I would
be-
sell out.
Yeah.
I'd sell out.
Would you like
Bath
to
and Body
affiliate
Works.
your brand with?
I'd even let you pick the
Drinking-
Megacorp.
So she hands it to you, and if you
Yeah.
smell it, it smells like spices. It smells like vanilla and spice, and
It smells like cake, and if I
Just
drink
look
this, you'll choke
basically.
me.
Just a couple
Yes.
of knight errants, like with sweet
He
pea
kind of like
cucumber.
raises it up to his mouth, like jokingly, like looking at you before
her
handing it
tail
back.
so fast whips out and grabs him by the throat. Absolutely starts choking him out for sure.
He's just grinning.
She doesn't get the reference, so she's just choking him out
You know, we are
until
in
someone
public.
stops her.
Let's behave.
We're in a
Cloudy
casino.
will stand up and get another plate, avoiding all of that.
Shellhound is slowly turning blue.
Cloudy, as you get up, you actually, the whole table is, but you specifically are approached by a one of the basically full suit, got the earpiece kind of security guards, and he walks up to you very calmly and goes, Cloudburst, correct?
Yes.
If you'd come with me for about 5 minutes, the boss would like to speak to you very quickly.
Cloudy will look over towards Mojave, give him a look, and then nod to the guy before we're walking on along.
Yeah, assuming I heard that, there would just be like the little nod and a thumbs up.
Yeah, and Mojave,
I-
you can tell by the way the security guard approached, this is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
This is not
Oh.
serious. This is just
Oh no.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, no illusions. Nod and thumbs up. If there
This is-
had been a problem,
this is-
I would not
yeah.
be still sitting.
Yeah. This is less of a excuse me, sir, we need to have a talk. It's more like, can you please come with us?
Hello, contractor we hired for
Yes,
a job.
we have
We'd
a
like to talk to
request.
you about that job.
Yes.
Softy, how good is my control right now?
Ooh!
I
Roll
say
composure.
all-time low, giving my
Roll composure for me.
You were just
I won't-
violating
Yeah,
Wonton's neck.
Roll
I'm still
composure,
doing
and
that,
I'm
by the
not.
way.
Yeah, roll composure, and I'm not telling you how much of a negative I'm giving you.
Amazing. Composure, where is it?
Yeah, keeping an eye on the tone of Shellhound's skin and lips and everything. We can't have the man dying.
I got a
Um,
3.
Why do they treat me like
Not
a
really.
weapon?
You got a 0.
I got a 0.
You are unstable. You are currently choking out a team member. You may want to eat that drug right now, or that's fine. We'll see what else happens if you don't
Yeah.
want to.
I'll say if it's
Cool.
clear that Scales is not stopping, there's a time when the joke stops being a joke, and just the
Like-
counter, I'm like, okay,
Like,
that's
10
that's
seconds
funny.
is funny,
So,
20
so-
seconds is funny, 30 seconds like, oh, okay, that's going on.
Hold on,
40
wait a minute.
A minute.
so Morningstar hears this. Doesn't really know the context for it. She's currently choking out Shellhound. And I think the only way truly that anyone knows that she's not exactly doing great is that she lets go, but she violently lets go of Shellhound, where he like hits the back of the chair or the seat, whatever we're in. And her eyes are pinned on Cloudy, sort of following him with her gaze as he leaves.
Mojave would just sort of lean over and just be like, "Hey, Scales, do you want the opens his bag, shows pocket?"
Volume.
She's holding onto a fork, and I will say, because she got a 0, that fork is now bent. And she gets up and says, "No, I will.
No,
Gonna
how
go
about,
for a walk."
okay,
and
but how
she
about
starts
you take this first? Just
Not yet. She's gonna go for a walk. She's not following Cloudy, to be clear. She's just gonna like go around the casino, like looking at the various like tables and stuff like that. She's not interacting. She's
I am going to say
breathing exercises. As
she has shown herself in this moment, just in this particular moment. She's just violently choked out a teammate and it bent a fork. She is a little bit unstable and is refusing her meds. We are following her.
Yeah, I am just slithering around, but I am calmly breathing through it. Well,
Yeah, and
maybe
it's
not
not like
calmly, but
secretly following along. He's just sort of like catching up, walking beside her, keeping her company, you know.
As Jay goes to the bathroom, and it's just the two L's left at the table, the two adepts. One of them recovering from asphyxiation. There is another slow, deliberate crunch of a crouton.
You're so lucky I don't have that sound effect.
He's just reaching for the water. That's less fun than people make it out to be.
Context is
Oh,
everything.
I'm gonna order this man a shot glass of ranch and blue cheese.
I'd like to imagine that when we finish our little lap, this is what we walk back to, is Shelly doing dressing shots.
You're just slamming a half gallon of buttermilk.
No. It's going to be a shot of each dressing that they have at the buffet. He's got to try them all.
That is 20 shots.
Oh,
when we
that's
return, when we return, Morningstar looks at Mojave and says, "You might want to set up something for an upset stomach. He is going to vomit."
We'll see, but I'll tell you honestly, I do respect that.
All those creams and a vinaigrette, he's in trouble. I'm telling you.
I'll I'll make sure my bag stays open.
Okay. She just sees him going for a fucking ranch and it's like, oh no.
Shellhound, I would like to know, are you
Yes.
going to take every single shot?
Yes.
Oh god.
Okay. Let me check your sheet for something real quick.
Cool.
If he throws up on me, I'm going to
Softy's
break
adding
his
3
pinky.
pounds to his weight.
That's where Mojave leans over again. Scales, I tell you, if he ends up throwing up here, whatever I end up giving him is probably going to be punishment enough. Keep his fingers intact. He might need them.
Well,
Oh, goddamn.
okay.
Thank you.
You are able to keep it down, but you do have a tummy ache.
That's hilarious. Cool. Good to know. Never
Mhm.
doing that again.
Yeah, no, you do not feel good. You have that slight salivation in your mouth. You're like, you know,
When the throat starts
if you
to
try to
tighten.
eat anything else other than maybe water, you will need to be somewhere else.
Got it. Good to know.
I
But-
respect the commitment.
So
Wow.
I really, really hope Mojave has some magical Pepto-Bismol. Let's see how this goes.
Oh yeah, we are on a countdown. Don't worry about it. This is gonna be bad one of two ways. We'll see how long Shellhound lasts.
Oh god.
Don't like that information.
So, Cloudy, you are led back to the elevator by the security guard. Upon the elevator opening up, you are now greeted by 5 other security guards in the elevator. You are basically gestured to stand in the middle of all of them. And they all are facing you the entire time you are riding the elevator up. And they are dead silent. No one speaks. No one's face changes. They are just blank. And you will notice that though the man who got you is a regular security guard and is unarmed, all 5 of the men in this elevator instead have guns on their hips or in their jackets. It's very obvious they are not hiding the fact they are strapped. And Your-
Very important question.
mhm,
How many buttons are there on this elevator?
there are... Hold on, I actually have the floor count on the Olden Wing.
Is it a full elevator or is it one going straight up to the penthouse and that's it?
Ooh, that's right. No, they brought you into the one that was there before. This is the penthouse straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
Then
that
makes
service
sense.
elevator.
All right.
Yeah, this is that hidden service elevator that goes right up. You are brought up back to Obviously, it's Oz's floor. You are walked down the hallway, the door is knocked on, and you hear kind of a confirmation from the other side. They open the door and gesture you to go in. You are followed in by 3 men. And you see Oz much different than he was before. He's not leaning against the desk. There's no drink on the table. He is leaned back in his chair, cigar already lit in his hand, and he's just sort of calmly looking at you.
Is there a seat?
Yes, there are 2
Or-
chairs right in front of the desk.
Okay. Then I will go ahead, basically walk up to the chairs, just kind of wait.
All right. Now, I had to call you back up here because, well, my brother maybe gave you leeway. Even I gave you leeway while he was in here. But right now, I need to make sure that you understand the seriousness that you are about to be pulled into.
I've been given several impressions, but I'm sure a full rundown would not go amiss.
First things first. I want some answers from you. How long did you know Sandra?
Years.
How long did you work at Aztec?
I was born in it.
Makes sense.
So,
Yeah.
professionally, probably closer to 2 years. Raised in it far longer. Taught in it for far longer.
That sounds like Aztec. I appreciate your honesty. How long you shadow running?
Basically, since I've been out of Atlan. So, another 2-3 years.
How do you feel about Az technology?
They're a megacorp. I'm not sure. There's good in them, mostly bad. And the higher ups do a lot of fucked up shit, but that's most megacorps. So I have a personal vendetta, but I try and temper it to not let it get the best of me.
Now, obviously, I'll even admit my ignorance on some of Sandra's attitudes, but how do you feel the fact that I worked with her?
In what capacity?
I had plenty of meetings with her. She basically planned the fucking biodome. I wouldn't say that we were friends. No, she was always kind of a crazy bitch, but she was in my office. She was in a lot of places. Now, don't worry, we've already had this place scrubbed clean 3 times.
Cloudy will still go ahead and do a small little look around just for his own edification. If you'd like me to do an sensing, I can.
Do a sensing for me.
Hold on. Actually, here. Why? Why roll 20? Why are you being a pain? There we go. It's not wanting to do the thing.
I can probably roll it for you, actually.
Hold on. I think I finally got it. There we freaking go. Okay.
Oh, wow. That's good. You can tell... Well, that's a lot of things. The 3 dudes behind you, only one of them is a mage. Oz is obviously a mage. Oz is currently... basically, he has a spirit directly behind him. And it is, I'd say, very angelic in appearance. And it is just sort of standing guard. And you recognize it. I mean, this is a combat spirit. It is primed and ready to go if anything bad happens. There is no trace of anything that even vaguely seems like Richter. They said they scrubbed this place, and magically speaking, they scrubbed this place. It is only that almost joint vibe of all of the Falcones, the way they use magic together. That's all you feel here. This entire building is just covered in it. This is a damn pillar. There are probably so many wards in this building that even outside of their actual space, it's just so much excess mana that it has almost congealed here.
Huh. You turned this into a lodge.
Oz, like, his inside of his mouth grins. Perceptive. Yep. One good
And
trick my old man
actually-
had. This lodge has
You
been
know
up
what?
for 16 years, I think. We just re-up it. We don't let it die. Well, almost died one night. Too much pain, too much violence. It didn't fall completely, but it was a bad night for everybody involved. A lot of mages went down. Stayed strong through the
What?
damn blood bullshit, though.
I can imagine. This is some impressive multi-generational work.
This
But
is that reason that Evie doesn't like us, but she can't get rid of us.
understood. But to answer your question proper, you aren't friends. It was a business deal, and you were mostly unaware of her inclinations, as I understand it.
I didn't expect what she was working for, but I mean, it's a smell. You can smell it on people. But I knew she used blood. That's about it, though. I see a lot of bad things in this line of work. I see mages do crazy shit. Wasn't affecting me, and I stupidly didn't think that she was using it, in a fucking project that I was doing above fucking board. The biodome was above board. That was just funded by the damn fucking casino. That wasn't even... I should have known something was wrong when she picked that spot.
Then I'll presume you're taking this as a learning opportunity to not fuck with blood mages again.
I think if I even ever smell it, I might just... I don't know if I jump the gun immediately, but they definitely wouldn't
So
be allowed
politics
within...
to be played. Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't be allowed in this damn city, I'll tell you that much. Well, alright, you know what? I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. I don't sense any real ass hostility. And hey, we were on the damn fucking battlefield together. So,
You, as much as every. We've both worked with her before and realize it's a mistake. I'm not going to hold it against you by any means.
I appreciate your understanding. So, my brother wants to bring you in as someone who has a good bit of information. And given everything that went down, blood magic and such, Aztec being possibly involved, it's not a fucking bad idea. So I want to give you a basis of how this thing goes down, okay? There's about, I'd say, 3 phases to these kinds of meetings. First thing's just the family, you know, gotta have a conversation. Second thing is we're gonna have just a bunch of dons talking, you know, important shit. Then you come in. That's when you're gonna get fucking grilled by multiple sides. And knowing Evie's bullshit, I guess though it won't be coming out of her damn fucking mouth. She's gonna try to piss you off. And especially, how do I put this one? The family at large ain't really progressive, let's put it that way. And Evie's probably the worst of the worst, legitimately. At least from what I've seen. She's the most overt. The amount of times I have heard that woman in public company, including me, use the word keeb. Not to my face, but just blatant. I have heard every fucking slur we fucking got out of that woman. Tech.
Racial slurs are honestly more childish than anything else. Unless she
Truly,
took out
yeah.
something personal, I doubt. I gotta lose my temper.
That's good. I've only had a couple guys ever lose their fucking temper. They just were not prepared to deal with it. You know, sometimes we don't. Vegas, LA even. Shockingly, pretty alright. They don't tend to have it as consistently as some other fucking places. I have some boys that came out of Tirtanjera and I don't think they were really ready for it. At least ready for how bad it could get. So, if you don't react badly to that, that's good. Understandable. You do not speak unless you are spoken to. You don't move past me. You will be standing slightly behind and to the right of me.
I appreciate the space of honor, I suppose.
You're also going to be right fucking next to Marshall, so it's not really a place of honor. It's a place of someone who can have a gun to the back of your head in 3 fucking seconds.
Ah. Okay.
I'll be honest
Understood.
with it. And again, almost every motherfucker in that room has enough strength to destroy everyone else. It's politeness that keeps us all from doing something stupid, right? That's how everyone is. That's how Shadowrunners are. I called you up to give this, but I mean, I could have asked Ollie to give you this shit. One thing I want to ask you that I don't know if... I think Ollie would give me an honest answer, but I want someone on the little side. Did I upset any members of your group? Do you think? Anyone particularly upset? I admit I hadn't intended to be vicious. But I ain't blind.
Specifically, and with great vehemence, no. Not overtly. But certain members of our circle can be very, very protective of Alain. From anyone they might view as a threat. You have your family things. I will not be among them. Is here stronger for it. Morningstar can be a bit overzealous and emotional at the best of times. Again, not overt, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Have
No
you
one else,
ever
I don't think.
Have you ever noticed? It's subtle. I might have gotten real fucking lucky. I don't think Ollie would recognize it. But you might if you look hard enough. She has Aztec magic in her. It's buried real fucking deep. But it smells like them. I don't think
The
she's
short answer to that is yes, I know. The slightly longer answer is yes, I know. And we are very similarly aligned in that department.
That's what I expected. I hate to say it, but as someone with her temperament would not have lasted long if they were actually in any of the forces. I will admit, the snake thing also surprised me. As far as I knew, Aztlan and Aztec didn't really vibe with the fucking Nagas. That was more Amazonia. But that was interesting. Granted, I guess she's not a normal Naga. I ain't gonna press on that one. You may not know. I don't care. She's a person.
I am not at liberties to discuss any more of her affairs in that department.
Good. Another one I got a question about. You didn't mention. Do I need to be worried about what the hell was his anxiety?
In what way?
I don't want to explain how I've heard it. That's not for everyone to know. But he doesn't seem very keen on this environment. Not to mention the, well, apparent fucking extra plane of magic that's hiding around him. Like, surrounding him. I'll admit, when I invited him in the office, I didn't fucking realize that was gonna come in here.
Best thing I could tell you is that he is a professional. He will do what you ask him to do. I'm unsure whether you'll get repeat contracts.
Hey, that's fine. Everyone has that choice. I just want to make sure when he's, bought out by the fucking Gemini that I ain't gonna have to worry about him. I know he don't like Eevee, so I don't gotta worry about him on that side, but...
I'll put it this way. Based on the conversations we just had within the hour, he couldn't get back to LA fast enough.
Perfect. Alright, then you know what? It has actually been extremely fucking productive. I hope maybe Ollie has mentioned it. I don't know. Maybe you were aware of it. I have been extremely nice and patient with your whole fucking group. And I just want to make sure they all are aware of that. And that I don't want that to stop. I can't trust everyone in that group, especially given that there is a straight up fucking Loki son in it. And I ain't talking about the snake. But I want to keep friendly for right now. And I'm sure Ollie's going to get to all of them as well. And I get to you.
I'll put it this way. Based on some of the movies, you have been the most accommodating mob boss I could ever have expected.
The only reason is Ollie's with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Because, I mean, I've been so fucking nice, but you've seen some lovely movies. You know that I am. And I will do what I have to do to protect this family. And I just got my brother back. And I'll do whatever it takes to protect my family. Just as you know. Also, that day, when we have the meeting and you come in, I will expect a lot more of the perfect politeness. No first names, Don, everything's used. If the Varantess Don asks you a question, you will begin that with Don Varantess before you go anywhere after that. Understand?
Understood.
And whatever you do, do not look at Evie. Don't look at her. Don't look in her eyes. Don't look at her face. You stare at me or the other Don. Do not look at her. Because that's what she fucking wants. She wants to read you. She don't got magic, but she can read people.
And her asking me a question that wouldn't be faux pas to blatantly look at someone else.
She
after being
won't ask.
addressed.
She won't talk. That's the thing. Everyone knows that Evie's in charge. The Commission don't. I do know that Ollie may have mentioned something like that. I don't know why the fuck he went into a conference room. I don't know how the hell he didn't think we had a fucking bug in there. He's getting sloppy. Okay. I think I've gotten everything out of you I'd want. You've been very helpful. You've been very polite. After this point, up until the meeting, more than likely no one on your team is going to see me again. Up until then. And you will not be referring to me. My first name don't come up. You can tell the rest of your party this. My first name don't come up. No one's fucking first names come up, alright? Everything is code, Don, whatever. Hell, to be honest, you don't fucking mention anything about the Falcons at all. If that's preferable. Up until the meeting.
Keeping everything hush hush. Nothing possibly can get mixed up or out. So I might
Yes.
just take that particular route.
Alright. That's good. Also, you can tell the rest of your party this. I'm sure Ollie's gonna. Out on the streets, please, I could tell my boys to just sort of let shit slide. I can't tell the very shit has shit, but if they get mad, I'm not fighting them. Just be aware of that. You are on your own. Please, for the love of everything in heaven, tell your friends to not get in a fight. That is legitimately, you know what? I'll break the thing. I'm fucking begging you. Okay?
All right.
Thank you.
I'll
Also,
pass along the
please,
message.
please keep the snake and the Umbral Elf in check, okay? I don't know if he burned down Evie's house. I don't believe her. I don't know, but that's what everyone else fucking thinks, okay? And honestly, I kind of feel bad for Morningstar, right? Morningstar. I should not call her a snake. That's rude. I feel bad because I don't know, but she don't look like she got anything. She's got like no understanding of anything given the way she's acted. And that's what worries me, okay? And I know Ollie's taking care of it. That's all fine and dandy, but I want another one in your group. One I know is not connected to the Loki Sons. One I know isn't a wild card who can't fucking stand. And one I know that isn't the fucking son of a goddamn Ares exec. Running around. He's fucking blue. Do you know how much many of us fucking know that shit? You are the
He's
only
fucking
motherfucker. You are the only motherfucker that I could at least, from everything I got, confirm only has connections to Aztec, as a Shadowrunner, and knows who the fuck Sandra is. Okay? Keep
Understood.
yourself safe, and do not let them cause themselves damage. Because when they're damaged, clearly that's going to cause damage to my fucking city. Please. I just got my brother back.
I'll do my very best to avoid anyone in my entourage from sparking what is the equivalent of a political diplomatic situation.
That is all I ask. Because goodness knows, I don't got any more buildings going up, so I don't really want to have to wait, and I don't want to put nobody in concrete. Okay? Do you understand?
And that's the dawn I've seen in those treads.
There
Understood.
you go. There you go. I may be cool-headed sometimes, and I'm a bit nicer than Ollie was back in the day, but I will literally do anything. Anything. Now, you've been nice, polite. Go downstairs, eat pies, chill with your friends. And actually, and he reaches next to him, he pulls something out of a drawer, and it is a envelope, like pretty thick envelope, so whatever's inside it is like layered, and he hands it to you. Pass these out to your little group, okay? Point of kindness.
All right.
Now, with that, get the fuck out of my office. Politely, please, get the fuck out of my office.
Go ahead, turn around. Thank you, Don, for your time. And walk back to the elevator.
You are obviously followed by all of these people, like all the guards again. You're taken downstairs. You will be able to get back downstairs. Like, Scales and Mojave have ended back up. As you're coming in, you're seeing Shellhound is clearly nauseous. Like, is not looking good right now. And that's
Eating
about
has
what you get
stopped.
here.
He's kind of just coughing and like swaying a little bit, like, that was a terrible idea.
That was one of the most vile things I've ever witnessed on this planet or another. You
I
are
mean, I gotta say,
the
I
most
am
disgusting man I've ever met.
impressed. Rummaging in his bag, just making sure he's got what he might need later.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm glad someone is.
Just rubbing his back slowly, like offering him a sprig of mint, just like, here you go.
He just chews the mint, drinks some water, just doing his best.
Nothing but pure judgment coming from Morningstar because she warned him. She said, "Don't do it," and he did it anyway. And she's just shaking her head like, "You fucking." And I know it burned. I know every shot burned because she just choked him the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now he knows he can't do that after being choked. He has to do it before.
Crazy.
True.
Mentally ill. This is.
See,
Oh,
that's
Jesus
why
Christ.
Mojave has made no effort to mix up any medicine yet. Not
Right.
until we are away from the buffet.
Yep.
When Cloudy does come back, she looks at him. What's the vibe? Is he looking cool, calm, collected, everything's fine? Or does he look a little like,
Yes.
okay.
Cool, calm, collected, but you can tell it's definitely the I am wearing my goddamn I'm a fucking professional mask. Not
Right.
that, oh, I'm having a nice fucking time. No, it's just full
Right.
on like I
Mhm.
was just part of a job situation and I'm still kind of there.
Okay, she'll put a pin in that for later, but you do catch her looking at you. Her mismatched eyes are the pupils are slits.
I mean,
Uh,
Mojave full on just like, hey, there you are. How'd it go?
Rather well. Though we might not be seeing the dawn, my brother.
I mean, to be honest, I'm surprised you let us in the building at all.
Yeah. Until things kick off proper. And he made a very, very specific request. No diplomatic incidents, please.
I mean, I second that request.
Morningstar's head just slowly turns and looks at Mojave. And he doesn't need any fucking magic to read on her face the thing that shifts into place of you will always be viewed as a weapon. She doesn't say anything. It's just he can read that on her face. She pushes the plate away and says, I think it is time to go home. And she gets up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just in that moment of eye contact, there is the please just be patient. There is a lot at stake. Just that pleading in his eyes.
She pushes the plate away and just gets up and starts walking to where she knows like the van is parked.
Anxiety will grab a 3-bean
Oh.
burrito for Shellhound for the road because it'll make him feel better.
No, it won't. God.
I'll kind of look down and like, I never got my other plate.
I mean, we don't gotta dash just yet. Like, looking at Scales going, this is said partially to her.
Scales has no
Was-
interest in remaining. She's going.
Was the VIP thing like 24 hours or just today?
It was just today. It was for this meal.
Oh. I should eat some more.
3-bean burrito is deposited.
Ooh, I'm gonna make that. Oh, we're going on a percentile die, buddy. Let's
I'm
keep
gonna-
going. I can roll it
I'm
again.
gonna tell you
got two
right now,
desserts.
Shelly. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
right now, Shelly. I got
Yeah.
stuff that can help you with the nausea, but if you keep eating at this point, I ain't gonna give it to you.
If he
Oh.
barfs, it's definitely like overjoyed mouth open Chris Pratt gif, like from Anxiety. Just we got him, boys.
Like Jason with the sleep, you with the food.
Okay.
There are lines. You gotta be smart. You gotta take care of yourself. You hear me?
It's like I don't think it's like in my throat.
I can take a look at you later, like doctor wise too. But just no, I think I gotta cut you off, man.
All right. The walk will do me some good.
Yeah.
Truly, like not as Morningstar, but like Rissa, the mom. Do not eat any further, please.
Hey man, on the ride home, if you want to get some fresh air, we can put you on top of the van.
No, we're not doing that.
What?
This is so a minute ago the diplomatic incidents thing. I think that counts.
They're
Van
worried about
surfing
me.
after drinking 32,000 calories in ranch and blue cheese is a diplomatic incident.
After the van was sitting in this parking lot, it very well might be.
Oh, okay. Well, only if we puke on like a veteran test car, though, right?
Oh, which one is that?
Jay,
You never know who's
Mhm.
You never know who's watching. We just don't need to be causing no scenes just yet. Yeah.
Jay will like kind of lean into a Jessica. I don't want him puking
Oliver,
in
you
the
mean?
van. Yeah, sorry, Oliver.
They
Yeah.
are twins. It's okay.
Look.
I'll lean over to Oliver. I'm like, I don't want him puking in the van.
No, I wasn't kidding. He stops now. As soon as we're back in the van, I'll mix him up some nice detox. It ought to help. But right now, I am not giving him that just so he can stuff himself up full of more. But once we're there,
Morningstar is in the van. She is like not present.
and like tying him to the roof is one thing, but like sticking your head out the door to throw, it's Vegas.
For the audience, above character, above table, I am shaking my head at Wonton. Wonton is a fucking menace.
I would like no, Wonton. I'm gonna call your ass out. I would like everyone in this chat, everyone in the world, to know that this motherfucker is taking shots of Parmesan cheese. I'm calling you out.
Gremlin.
I am calling you out, you fucking goblin. I have to see this. They all get to know. Bullshit.
Caesar dressing. Caesar dressing. He
I
just
mean-
took a shot of it.
If you want me to do the Caesar dressing, I got that.
Nope.
too.
No!
You've never
Wait
taken
a
a
minute!
shot of shaky cheese? No one else here has ever taken
I
a shot of
have.
shaky
I have.
cheese?
At 3 a.m. I have done the eating shredded cheese at 3 a.m. Leave me the fuck alone, man.
No,
But, like-
Parmesan's whatever. Parmesan's whatever. It's the fucking shot of like Caesar that will
That's
just
a
kind
lie.
of like, hey.
Y'all have started something and you don't understand. Wonton has gotten up and is going to
It's
the fridge
over.
to get
Yeah,
dressing.
none of you unfortunately
like a
can see it,
fucking-
but we can. And yes, Wonton is no longer at his seat, and I am assuming he is currently getting actual Caesar dressing.
I have made mistakes. I
This
have
is
made
the-
You can still
mistakes.
hear us, Wonton, put it down and get back to the table. We have a game.
So
to
Shelly, I will admit, so Shelly is going to vomit his guts up the minute you get to the car.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
in
being
the van
punished.
looking.
Being
Outside
punished
of the van.
ICly for OC actions.
Yeah. Outside the van, Shellhound is vomiting, and Morningstar is just looking at him with disgust.
Official
She's just like,
complaint, staff abuse, storyteller metagaming.
For reference, the Caesar dressing isn't that bad.
oh my god.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Foul
no,
work.
as Shelly's losing the nice lunch he just had, Mojave just there, like pat on the shoulder, passing over a water bottle.
Well,
I eventually come out with a little cup of French onion, a little loaf of bread on top. What was ever left? Like, maybe you can have some of this after you're good, bud.
it's gonna be a bit.
Luckily, it's mostly liquid, so maybe when we're back.
I think that
Foul
look,
work.
once we're like no longer in the building and he cannot go back for 5 more plates,
Mhm.
Mojave will mix up some detox, which though it's meant to relieve the side effects of drugs and poison, I imagine like it specifically says it helps with nausea. So I
Yeah,
feel like
no,
it should
I
count.
will allow detox
Oh.
to affect nausea.
That's funny.
So yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Hey,
mixing
you
up some of
have a
that for him.
3-bean burrito that I grabbed for you.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like,
perfect.
Don't forget, like that happened. I did not omit that.
As soon as he's detoxed, he'll look over at his good friend Anxiety and hold up a hand for the burrito.
It's like your drunk roommate holding out his hand for another beer.
I make the hand off.
I am gonna tell you, Shelly.
Yeah,
I am gonna tell you.
the last
do
one.
this
It's the last one. That's the
you-
last one.
You do this again, it's on you. I'm not sure if I can help you.
Yeah.
That or I'm gonna be giving you something like, I don't know, alleviate addiction instead. You understand?
What's that one do?
Exactly what it
Alleviate
says on the tin.
eviction.
Yeah, but like I know what he's saying, but like in this context.
You
I'm saying
are
if this
addicted to
behavior-
food.
If this behavior repeats, you might have a problem that's more than just detox. And that's something I'm gonna want to be aware of as a doctor who is currently responsible for your medical care. You understand?
I'm not addicted to eating.
Okay.
I'm just saying, let's
We gotta
make sure.
go.
Let's make sure.
We have to go before he runs inside and gets another thing
I'm
of
not.
food.
I said this was my last one.
I'm just saying. I'm trusting you now, but if it happens
Yeah.
again, you understand?
Yeah.
That's what they always
Good talk.
say. Yeah.
So everyone's out by the car.
Oh, I'm in it.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
in it. Yeah, you're already in it.
Mm.
Cloudy, I would like to know when you will be giving out those things that Oz gave you to give it everybody.
Once we are all in the Amphibia, since we started basically leaving the moment I gave, kind of looking at Scales like oddly bewildered as she getting really upset walking away with what seems like a very obvious request. But now that we're here and kind of all in the same place again. So while I was up there, I was also given extras.
Oh, and just one. Sorry, Cloudy. Just while I'm handing out juice, Scales, I do think you might benefit from. Things are hitting you a lot harder than I feel like they normally might. Please.
She
Thank you.
pulls out a hand for it.
Yep, passing over spirit meds.
She's gonna take it out of the container and look at it. She
It
doesn't
is-
want to take this. She knows it's like a part of Rue, and she's like, ugh, you know.
It is a like wine colored bark. There is like this light pinkish, almost purple tint to the inside of what it's very much like it's not rings like a tree because it's much thinner, but it does have a faint scent now, like that's been out. It reminds you of birch beer or root beer.
Mm.
Mahav's just
Okay.
watching to make sure she takes it. Just that like please look on his face.
She raises it up, like she can smell the root beer and stuff like that. But I think there's this moment, just inwardly that she has of almost, not quite, but almost like a flashback, remembering being force-fed meds and being hooked up to IV bags to be given more meds and more drugs and more things to test her body. Her jaw clenches really tight and just almost falls into that 1,000-yard stare.
I'd
But
say
then she takes it.
he is watching her. He does know he knows she has a certain amount of medical trauma, and the moment like that tension is evident, he would reach out and take her hand.
She will take it and chew it, I guess.
The
Yeah.
moment you bite into it, your teeth sink like it's soft. It's very soft, and it kind of starts to melt, almost as if it was candy. And it's not instantaneous. It tastes, funnily enough, kind of delicious, and it tastes better and better the more you chew on it, and you feel this lightness come into your body. It's not what you might expect, which the implication was maybe it would have more of an effect, like almost an opioid or whatever, but this is soft. There's this... The only way to put it is like a comfort, like a hug, like something that lets you be more clear and calm.
Hmm.
And for about 12 hours, you will not respond to your issue of 1,000-yard stairs. You will not fall into it for 12 hours. You will not have that negative that you were having to composure tests and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you will... This is the fun one. Your scales will be permanently, for the 12 hours, dyed a shade of opalescent pink.
Wonton, the pink snake.
I imagine like when she's taken it, there's just the little thankful just squeeze, just hand squeeze, and then there's like what? Whoa, huh?
She can't even be pissed about her scales right now, but know that she would be pissed. Yeah,
Not a bad color.
she looks down and she's just like, just lets out the heaviest sigh because now she's pink. Just like, well, here I am,
You-
fucking pink.
I will
Pat
say
on the shoulder.
you are a little bit... It's a little bit like being under the influence of the devil's lettuce out here, all right? You're a little...
I see. Mm.
It's like, other than the
Okay.
comforting hug feeling, there's also the...
Yeah, euphoria. I think, there's a brief moment of like, what the fuck, I'm pink, and then she starts to giggle. She starts to giggle. She's got like the high giggles, and her pupils blow out.
Yeah, I think seeing these effects, there's the pat on the shoulder, but he doesn't actually let go of her hand.
Keep her grounded, yeah.
No, turning to Cloudy. Sorry, you was saying something. Something handing out. What was that?
What did Oz give you?
At this point, player is already blanking out. What the fuck did he actually wind up
He you did not open it in the room, obviously, but it was literally just like a white envelope that was kind of, in the middle, was a little puffed out. So it obviously had something in it that was distorting it. It's nothing flat.
Gotcha. So just go ahead and open up the envelope. What is inside?
So you find inside, don't mind me. Don't ask what I'm doing right now. 3, 4, 6.
Uh-huh.
6. I totally did not just count the players on my screen right now. You find
it's
6.
either that or the SG's taking shots of Parmesan cheese.
Bro, I wish I had some parm in my house. My fridge kind of bare, bro. I gotta move soon. Let's see. Hold on. Get my actual piece of paper that's next to me. Alright, so there are 6 items in there. They are small, kind of like cardstock paper. And you realize they do open. And all of them they're gift card holders. And they're all gift cards to the Golden Wing. And they're all like pretty basic ones. It gives 100 points of free play, a fully comped regular meal, not at the buffet, but at the restaurant that's in there. So you get 1 fully comped meal, 100 play points, which is about equivalent to like $50 to put on the slots of the tables or what have you. But everyone's card has something a little different in it. Cloudy, as you hand them out, Cloudy's, yours has a small white feather set in it. There's no line writing in what this is. It's just a small white feather. Maybe like something you'd pull off a dove or a pigeon or something. That kind of size.
Flight feather, about yay long.
I'd say,
Yes. Okay.
funnily enough, not a flight feather. It looks more like a downy feather, like something that would be on the chest
Oh.
of a bird. Like very, like, tiny. Shellhound. Yours has a small, basically coin. One side is a dolphin, and the other side is some sort of female figure. It's sort of very worn out on one side. You're not really sure what you're looking at, other than it being some small, simple metal coin.
Interesting,
Scales.
okay.
Yours has a small, thin, basically like, imagine like a metal dog tag, but about half the size. And a little thinner than a real dog tag would be. It has nothing on it, at least nothing that's visible on it. And underneath it is something actually written on the card in that same very, clean lettering that the other one was. Though it's not signed. And it just says, after the meeting, and it writes down kind of a jumble of numbers and letters. You're not sure what you're looking at, but it clicks in your mind that it's what looks like maybe a cipher code. It's coded. You're not sure what it would come out as, but you'd have to take a little time and figure it out. But so you're given this small little pendant amulet with a very thin chain, and then this little note, and it just says, after the meeting. Jason, yours is probably the thickest. Oh, yeah.
I already know what it is. It's a voucher for VTOL. Yep, that's it.
I am not in the least surprised that you said that.
Correct. That'd be funny as hell. No, what yours is it's the thickest item. It is basically a printout of an actual missing poster. And it's yours.
Of me?
Yes. And what's uncomfortable to you for a moment is that this isn't like one you may have seen before a long time ago. Because the bottom portion now says dead or alive. Information, it basically goes dead or alive, information doesn't matter. They do not know if you are alive anymore. It is not a wanted poster. No, this is still about a missing person, but it is now information of a possible dead body.
So I'm a missing person, and they're looking for me, dead or alive.
Yes. Yes. And it
The
is, by the way,
reward will
this
come
is...
if they turn in your 3-month-old corpse.
Yes. And by the way, this is printed and clean line. This is by Knight Errant themselves.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, this is by the security force of Ares. And the photo they have of you is not the one on their file. It is one from a very particular day, because it is you running back to the Amphibious on the day that you almost got shot when your dad had called you. It is from that day, and you can tell.
So what I'm getting is I'm still a missing person. They're still looking for me for my own good. And the moment someone turns me in alive tonight, Aaron, they kill me and like, so sorry, he was murdered.
I mean, the reward is probably a lot higher if you turn up alive.
It is. It's about 3 times as high.
Well, they already tried to kill me once. So if I'm found alive, I think they're gonna fix that and then turn in the unfortunate remains.
Very possible.
Megacorp.
Megacorp's gonna Megacorp. And then Anxiety. Yours kind of might give a hint that this
It's a room key, isn't it? I accept.
it is not. Stay away from me and my wife. No, it's not a room key. Yours is a small little written item as well, except this is a much more flowery handwriting. A much more clean handwriting. Like, kind of almost effeminate. And it's, I'm sorry, and then it has a web link.
Okay. Like a URL?
Yes. Actually written out URL for a matrix location.
Oh, okay. I'll just take my phone out and check that out now, I guess.
You type it in, and what you see is basically a massive, like, it's a giant article that is basically a huge argumentative piece, basically calling into question the validity of Evie's footage and photograph. Basically coming after Evie for potentially lying about the situation, and that blaming a group of people that is easy to blame. Basically, it's a group of, it's this, and then if you were to follow this link, because it's a thing and it has links that connect to it, there's more. There's a shit ton of these all set up, and it is
that counter intel we requested.
Yes. And it's everything. It is calling Evie every name in the book. There's ones that are more extreme. There's ones that are just being taken down. There's someone basically, bullshitting, but breaking down how, well, clearly, this footage has been doctored, because why would the individual suddenly blip out of frame? That doesn't make any sense. So this is the
X-Files
first
theme playing.
Yes. And then there is also a series of ones that are, for Evie, except they're all conspiracy boards, which kind of puts her into a very
fucking crazy.
Yes. So this is the first part, and it. Did I fuck up the message? I said I'm sorry, right?
Yeah. I was waiting for the bad news.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I fucked up the message. There is something underneath the URL. I'm reading this, got to the URL, and then wait, I'm missing something. Look back down at my notes. It is, I'm sorry, the URL, it's hope this is enough.
Yeah, that does recontextualize it a little bit.
I'm very sorry. That is entirely my fault.
Yeah, I was sitting here like, is this a no for Evie? Someone's trying to break the news.
No,
but
this
it got to me.
this is assumingly it smells like very fancy flower perfume, because of fucking course it does. This is assumingly from Rue, and it's her going, she seems to not think she's done enough, basically. It's the, I'm sorry, I hope this is enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. I'll take it.
And that is everyone's.
Excellent.
Just making sure. You did say there were 6. I don't know why Oz would send me a gift card, but I'm just making sure.
I forgot. You were still given the gift card and the other thing. It's the best way to put these is the gift card thing itself kind of feels superfluous. Like they were grabbed out of a fucking the gift shop or whatever. I forgot. Yours says thank you. And then underneath it, there is a little baggie with some kind of red dust in it. And it says, I think you might be able to use this. And that handwriting is very, almost like clinically sharp, but it's, the best way to put it is it's, I can't know how to describe someone's like chicken scratches. It's only in print. And there's a
Is
little...
it a handwriting I recognize?
I don't know if you've seen her handwriting before, but I'm pretty sure you have. It's 404's.
Okay.
Because I could also give you You're Always Looking in the Astral, and it's absolutely got her resonance on it, because you can see it resonance.
That was about to be the next question I asked.
Yes, like, it's You're Always Looking, and it's a very obvious. This was very recently touched and written on.
And this dust? Question mark?
It vibes similarly, but though very weakly, like Sandra. It kind of smells and there's something about it. It's extremely weak. It's almost like the best way to put it is dead but left over, and it's very clearly something related to her. Whether this is dried blood that's kept its color or something from the location, you're not sure. But this is some form of sample that 404 has given you.
Okay, writing down Sandra does sample. All right.
And that is everyone's gifts.
Was there a note on mine or just the coin?
It was just the coin. There was not a note on yours or Cloudy's.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Or Jason's, actually.
Morningstar kind of giggles a little bit at the puzzle that's been given to her. But the note said after the meeting, so I think she just pockets it. Like she just puts it in her bag to deal with after the meeting.
Yeah, Mojave full on just like shaking this little baggie of dust before it goes into his bag of tricks, just looking around like, so what'd you get?
Merry Christmas.
A coin? Did you tell him about my sister?
No.
Hmm.
That's one thing I've been I can assure you through all of this, same way I keep tight about my family secrets. I ain't said a word about y'all more than professionally necessary.
This side is me, and he's pointing at the dolphin side and flips it over. Pretty sure this is her. And we're from LA, so.
Well,
Oh, no, I'm sorry, we're from Vegas.
My little note came from certain 404, so I imagine he's got his contacts.
I was given puzzle to look at after meeting.
Cool.
Out of character, she not me out of character, but out of character for Morningstar, she like reaches out and like one of the loose material bits of Anxiety's clothes, she just like runs her fingers over because she's like, this material is shiny. You know, she's just having a moment, but she's just like, oh, that's very soft.
Yep.
I want one.
Oh, no.
Oh, well,
It's so nice.
I agree.
But you got it from other place, so maybe I don't want one.
Yeah, it might be a trick getting that.
Mm. Why you have blade on your hair?
Utility, bunch of reasons.
Mm. It's very nice.
Thanks.
It's a pretty cool idea.
They let me in with it, you know.
I mean, Oz is he's putting a lot of trust in us.
But they've got to go take it off. And
What?
I've got to go get changed. Put on a hoodie and a fucking a beanie and pretend I'm in college or something.
Right,
Hey,
right.
we're all gonna be incognito. No diplomatic incidents, no flashy shenanigans. Not today.
I feel like my body makes that difficult.
Yeah, same. I really shouldn't be with you as an Umbral elf then. Everyone hates us.
I am a walking, like, look at me, I'm a walking incident, you know, like just being this.
I mean, not unless we make it a problem. You're your own business.
Jason's fucking blue.
He's also here on business.
Oh, okay.
He got the poster that wants him dead or alive. Knight Errant is going to kill
He's
him.
on. No, it's on business. He's less blue now.
Like,
I
I
mean,
suppose.
like, wanted dead or alive. It happens.
right. Or it's
I
not
don't-
wanted poster. It's missing poster.
yes,
The
exactly.
detail feels important.
It's very important. They
I
prefer
think-
alive.
3 of us can go outside and do stuff, and the other 3 should not go anywhere.
I think I think I'm going to stay home and I'm going to figure out this weirdness that I am feeling right now.
I mean,
You're
I
high.
hate it because that is the smart option, but the chaos in me,
I don't know if I like being high. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I mean, it's not going to be forever. It's going to wear off. And hopefully when it does, you'll be over the other thing too. Don't remember how many hours it is and how many hours it's been. Time exists.
Right. Yeah. We'll see if I get over it. Yeah, let's go home. Being outside, I will
You know what?
somehow get in trouble. So
We can, you know what, yeah. If you still want to go focus hunting Cloudy, I ain't gonna stop you. But maybe the rest of us should have a nice chill movie night, yeah? Get some trivias up.
Finally learn what a classical Don does, and realize why he's been really, really chill.
You know that ain't a bad idea. We could watch some
What?
watch some classics.
You want to watch some fucking mafia movies? I have a revolver. I will shoot myself.
I mean, we don't gotta. What do you want to watch, eh?
I don't watch a lot of TV, but I watch old stuff when I do. You know, like vintage oldie classics.
Yeah, like what?
Or
like-
alternatively, we could watch some Horizon Disney.
Ha!
Just go with it.
I mean, that could also
Disney.
be fun.
Do we gotta? Can we not?
We don't gotta.
no. We have
Can
I
we
mean,
not,
Saba.
for the first time, you guys just see him frowning. He's just like, no.
We,
Can we not?
we don't gotta. But I will tell you, we'd be making fun of it the whole time.
This poor guy is famished. Look, he's wasting away.
And Jason could probably get you a good drink for it.
why don't you like those kinds of movies?
I mean,
Same
there's saccharine.
reason you guys don't like the Megacorps that you're tied to.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, they're saccharine sweet in a way that undercuts everything they ever done elsewhere. But what else is there?
Nope, she's not going to suggest that. Crazy. We fucking going home.
my
She's
God.
Wow!
Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa!
she's-
What were you about to
she's-
suggest?
Let's not talk about it. Look, Morningstar has made a few movies.
No,
that's
no,
all I'm
It's-
saying.
oh,
And those
God.
movies are not the type you sit around and hang out and watch together. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is into gore. Anyway,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
then
gonna
don't bring up. Oh, I've casually made snuff
Yeah.
films before.
We're
God.
not going
Right,
to sit here on
right.
a nice
With
evening
tea?
and watch T's greatest hits.
yeah, which is why she like truly what happens is she opens her mouth to suggest and then goes,
Oh.
no.
What
No.
we can dig up some classics that before Horizon's time. Once that ain't Mafia, we're gonna have a nice night and we're gonna have a chill time and we're gonna relax. We don't get to do that nearly enough.
Sure. I'm gonna drink.
I might need a drink or that revolver. We'll see.
Out here gonna get crossfaded.
We can.
I don't think she's actually gonna drink, but I think her attitude is very much right now where she's like, because just because she's high doesn't mean that those things she was feeling necessarily goes away. They're just she's not like actively being angry about it.
Okay, we can all have a drink. I am gonna make sure you don't get too much. Looking at you, Shelly. But yeah, all in good fun. I hope you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It
I
would be
just
too
choked
much
you
if I
out.
drink fucking Horizon bullshit.
I'm sorry I choked you out.
That's fine. Just ask for permission next time.
I mean, you did kind of give it though.
Yeah, I did, huh?
You did. Otherwise, I would have said something sooner. But you did kind of directly ask for it.
Have you heard of the concept of a safe word?
You know what would make your throat feel better? Eating a whole stick of butter.
What? You're just trying to see what this man is willing to put in his face, aren't you?
That's correct.
I've done that before, and no, it doesn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it would.
That is going to bruise, and my uncle's going to be pissed if he sees you all bruised up. Mojave, do you have something for bruises?
Yeah. I mean, I am a medic.
Yes,
that is my
that's
job.
why I asked. All right.
But we can avoid. He doesn't need to shove a stick of butter down his throat.
No, definitely not. What I am saying is he can't show up to the meeting tomorrow with a bruised fucking throat. You know, there's going to be some questions.
He gets
I'll
to
wear a
stick a whole stick of butter down his throat.
I'll wear a scarf. It's fine.
A pair of sunglasses like a battered housewife.
If it starts to look too bad, no, I can whip up some juice. Claddy's got his own juice, and worst comes to worst, I'm sure there's freaking makeup or something lying around somewhere.
I have makeup, but we are not the same color, so we'll have to figure it out. Oh God, I'm gonna be at this meeting fucking pink.
I mean, we got time. That's gonna wear off.
You will not be pink at the meeting.
Okay, good, because my God.
Don't forget, we are not all gonna be in the same room during the meeting.
I know, but imagine having to explain to 404 why my scales are pink.
You look her in the eye and say, "What's it to you?"
True.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Pink. God, why is I mean, goodness, Rue really loves pink, huh?
Yeah, I tell you,
Right.
back in the day, right? Her and me, we'd hang out, and if we was going to like a function or whatever, she would pitch a fit if I didn't coordinate.
It makes me laugh that you gave in.
I mean, to be honest, I didn't really care.
Yeah. Well, yes, we go home. I'm going to figure out these sensations. I don't know how I feel about it. And we're going to relax. Right? Nothing crazy. We relax.
If anything crazy happens to us there, I think we got the right to pop off at it.
Okay.
Nothing crazy is supposed to happen.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah. That's the plan, Softy.
You all collectively take the items you have been given and head back to the hideout. Take some time. Drinks are had by those who wish to have them. Snacks are had by those not ready to just like lose everything in their stomach. Hopefully butter is not eaten.
No, I will not allow it.
No, Mojave wouldn't either.
No, I'm
You're right.
I'm good
It's-
on butter eating. I'm not. That's not
Whoa.
gonna happen.
You're right. Butter is an animal product. This is a soy-based oil or protein, like margarine or something.
Oh,
you know?
true, true, true.
If the body is simple, why are you trying so hard to defile his?
Living
Because he-
vicariously through this man.
I mean,
Yeah, he can't defile his own.
For shits and giggles, I am going to state for fun, because of the themes of family and motor vehicles, you all end up starting to watch and then continuing through the Fast and the Furious films.
Oh my god.
Oh, these are terrible.
I imagine we are making fun of it the whole way, but also
Oh, yeah.
like we have been in some car fiascos.
Morningstar is multiple times asking questions about specifically the family dynamics, you know what I mean, like the social dynamics of these fucking movies, and then when it comes to the car stuff, she's just like, they're terrible drivers, you know, like. But yeah.
The I'm sorry, I should have said the speedy and slightly peeved movies.
It makes it sound even worse. Like with that title, makes it
It's
sound
definitely
as
worse.
bad as
It's definitely
Visa.
worse.
A shocker. It's not good.
Why do people-
First couple all right.
Why-
all right. And
why
then it
do people
continues
like
to fall
these?
downstairs.
Why do people like these movies? I would like to know.
They made so many of them.
They really do.
And people who don't live through explosions every other day like to look at it.
I like that the one main character keeps getting smaller every movie.
Does it?
Is it because
Now there's
he's
like
losing
shot
weight?
spring brought up and like going, huh?
I have many questions.
This is your evening, and then you all, if you are alright with it, will head off to bed. And Morningstar,
Yeah.
you are going to have a very interesting night.
Fuck. Okay.
Because as you go off to sleep,
Mm.
you will suddenly find yourself awake, sitting on cool grass in a slightly kind of like that slightly purplish reddish twilight in the middle of a foggy forest.
Okay.
It is all birch trees, aspen trees, all with various shades of almost paled out. No, not green. Like pale pinks, pale whites. And then there's some of these giant live oak trees that have black leaves. And you're just sitting along the side of a lake. Everything here is quiet and soft.
She is a little confused. This is not where I fell asleep. I think she'll get up, and she's gonna listen out for any strange sounds. But I think she's trying to see if she can still connect with the Matrix. She's trying to determine like where she is, like, is this reality? What am I dealing with right now?
There is nothing. But you don't feel the same emptiness or loss you felt when disconnecting, when forcefully disconnecting from the Matrix. You don't feel that. There's not an emptiness. It's like your brain doesn't feel left out. This is closer to what it feels like being in the Foundations, in a way, or just being inside of a good host, like a really good host, where you can't control everything. You don't see the code or anything, but here is just different.
Okay. Yeah, she is a little bit uncomfortable. Not that because there's any threats, but just she does not understand where she's at, and she's gonna. You said it's a lake.
Yes, you're on the side of a very silvery looking lake.
Well, she does love the water, so I think she is going to slide into the lake.
You enter into this water, and it is warm.
Hmm.
It's not hot, it's not cold, it's very quickly, it's almost like your body temperature completely aligns with it, and suddenly it doesn't feel like it's there at all. Like,
Sorry, heard a sound. Yeah, I think she doesn't necessarily relax, but she is like, okay, acclimating. And then she's gonna start to swim. I think there is probably a point where she dips her head beneath the water and is like looking underneath the surface.
the entire bottom of this lake is like glass. It has ripples in it, like glass that's melted and been pushed out by something. And as you're underwater, you start to hear a plodding sound, like someone walking through the water. You bring your head up quickly, turn to where it was, and you see a very tall man. He is extremely pale features, very pale hair, old, maybe probably in his 60s, 65 maybe.
Mm.
He doesn't look old enough to maybe you'd call him 70, but he's older man. And he's just politely standing there, and he is full pants, full this kind of overcoat, kind of looks like he's dressed for maybe a bit colder weather than you have here. All of his clothes are black, save for his shirt, which is this very vivid red color. And you suddenly realize that he is not standing in the water. He is standing on top of it.
Okay. She will sort of reel back a little bit, seeing that he's on the water, because that's not possible normally. But hey, I don't know where I am. So she will say, may I help you?
No. But I might help you. I am curious how you got here.
I don't know. I was with my friends. I fell asleep, and now I am here. Where am I?
A forest. My forest. The color, the scales. A family member of mine has given you assistance.
Oh, yes. Rue, she gave me not candy, but a root of some kind to help me with my moods.
Yes. My son must have passed on those abilities. That emotional control. That care. I imagine euphoria was also a symptom.
Oh, yes. But your son, are you Vice's father?
But a good name for him. Yeah.
I see. Well,
You can
I'm
call
sorry.
me grandfather.
Okay. Uh, grandfather, I'm sorry to intrude on your space. I didn't mean to.
I do not mind. A soul slipping in and out is one thing. That is not invasion. You were given a glimpse. You are simply here. Your ability to be under there proves it. Passing through such a solid item. Your soul's heavy.
I'm fine. Or I will be. I will be fine. Just having an adjustment period is all.
It is a difficult adjustment. Being born in such a way. A soul from another plane, pulled apart.
Morningstar is incredibly uncomfortable. She does not like being seen so truly in this moment. I think she gets out of the water and kind of is on the little shore bank again and doesn't know what to say or do, but just it is very apparent she is uncomfortable.
And he looks at you and he walks. He's not walking towards you. There's sort of like this. He walks closer but sideways in a manner of trying not to come directly at you. He does eventually make it to the land, and you are aware that he is, much like Vice, an extremely tall individual. But there's almost like a little bit of a weird visual trick as he gets closer. Because farther away, basically, if he was the height he was while being as far away as he was, you'd assume this man would be 12, 13 feet tall.
Right.
Let alone the fact being that far away and his voice sounding almost whisper-like feels off. As he comes closer, though, his size doesn't change like it should with distance. By the time he gets up to you, he's maybe only a head taller than you at best.
Weird magic shit. Okay. Look, Rue gave me this stuff, and I only took it because my friend asked me to. I'm fine.
My dear, no one is fine. That's not truly a word. No mortal I have ever met has used that word and meant it. But I understand the apprehension. Does it worry you?
Does what? Worry me?
Lack of control. Of everything. I can see them all. They move around you, do as they will, and you can't stop it. I know someone just like you. Wishing to control everything to make it easier, make it safer for those you care for. Forgive me speaking out of turn.
I promised that I wouldn't do any of that anymore, so it's all out of control, and I just let it be. that's what they want. So
What do you want?
to make it all stop. To make all of it stop. Sometimes I wish I could just turn my mind off and be normal.
There's another word that doesn't exist. But I understand. Normality is something I have seen many ask for, especially when they end up here. That lovely route you took opens a door, but that's not what pulls one through. You came here. You don't know why, but at the same time, something in you does. Your magic is very strong.
Magic? I don't have magic. I'm technomancer. I mean, I have resonance, I guess. I don't know. I do things with computers. But not magic. That is, my other friends are magic.
Me and my family have remained on this edge. We are a side piece, partially connected to a few planes. Being this close, though I've never entered it, no one I know has. It is a thick barrier. I know magic when I see it. It's just one I'm not able to contact easily. It's all the same in the end.
Her mind is racing. She doesn't know what to do in this moment or what to say. It feels like this person can see through her, and that makes her feel like she has no defense at all. But I don't think she's scared. I don't know. I don't think she is getting like this being as a threat to her. So I don't think she's scared in that way. And I think part of her sort of chucks it up to like, it's probably the root working that's keeping me so calm. But I think there is a like a wave of sadness that goes through her. Yeah, she's just like, I am lost. um,
Tell me, little one. I sense something similar to me in you. In your own words, from inside you, not what you think others wish to hear. What is family? What does that word mean to you?
I thought I knew. One moment, you guys. I'm so sorry.
This is the ghost.
What is family? That.
What is family? Children! Truly the best answer. Sorry. My soul.
Sorry about that. Yeah, she looks to him and she says, I thought I knew. I thought it was loyalty, safety. Being willing to do whatever it took to protect the ones you love. But it turns out it's not really that. There's a lot of other things that they don't. I understand, but I don't understand that are involved, and it makes people. It makes people choose things that feel far more complicated than it needs to be. I don't know anymore. I have no idea what it means.
And that is why you are here. I can introduce myself in many ways, but there is a reason I use grandfather most often. I see myself as a head of a family that grows and shrinks with time. But in the end, I am not as simple as that. I'm a bit more broad. When I think of what family means, many people simply say, me. But that's just other people. Family is a very complicated word. I don't choose to use it. That's why the separation is necessary. Loyalty, compassion, but even the darker sides, like vice and sin. The answer to what family means is everything you said. Everything. And that's the problem, isn't it? It's not an easy word. Then again, even your family wasn't very loyal. Wasn't even compassionate. Your family was the one who hurt you. But they also made that pain bearable. Many members, many different attitudes. In his old way, in his own way. That snake that started it all. He does see family, but his view is twisted. Family is not loyalty on his end. It's loyalty reversed to him. They all are just him. It's selfishness. For your mother, well, imagine growing up with that scenario, especially given some of the darker things that had to be done to make a perfect child. The others seek family in those with no blood. One's blood tore them apart, abandoned them. Another's blood never existed. Nothing but wild animals. They are broken and found unity. But they don't know how to reach out, do they? Much like you. difficult reaching out. Yeah, you try, though, don't you? And you found family. But I find your definition may be dangerous, but not to others. To yourself. I think your connections might fall along the darker sides of my domain.
I don't see how loyalty to the people I call family is dangerous or dark. I am willing to do what it takes to keep them safe, but I've never hurt innocent people to keep them safe.
Are you sure? What is innocence? The world is not black and white, is it?
No,
Be careful.
which makes it impossible.
It does. But you can break impossible every day. Technically, what they did to you was impossible, but their science pushed them forward. What I did was supposed to be impossible, yet I have my family. What your friend did was impossible, yet there he stands. Fascinating. Loyalty can become obsession when you put all of yourself in another. When they disappear, you die. Which means, when you think that they are threatened to disappear, you react like an animal in a cage. Someone whose life is at risk every second. It sits there. It burns through you. It makes you do things. And then it convinces you they were the right answer. But, in my opinion, they were at the time. They were your right answer. But, now they're not. Which means you need to look back and reflect, doesn't it? You know that. You're very smart.
I don't want to look back. Too many ghosts there.
My dear, the ghosts are everywhere. They are behind you. They are around you. They are in front of you. What was that nice thing I heard from your realm? A good quote. Don't forget your past, lest you be doomed to repeat it. It is painful to look back, I understand. And it's a type of pain that they didn't really prepare you for, did they? They prepared you for every physical agony, every suffering moment. But the pain of caring, they thought they'd beaten it out of you, so they didn't care. They failed. Life finds a way. You found a way to remain. If I'm honest, I find it beautiful.
Um, I think Morningstar takes a shuddering breath. And then I think she cries. I think she just breaks down and cries. Because he's right. They didn't prepare her. And it all hurts.
You feel, while you are crying, his presence shifts. He was stood away from you, and now you feel his presence very clearly near you. And he very gently puts his hand on your shoulder. He does not grip it, he just gently puts his hand there, as this sign that he's there. And very softly, he just says, "There we go. This is important. This is what I've seen so many hide from. You can't hide from it. You have to face it and feel it. And then you come back out. You will always come back out. I can see it. Would you like to know what they truly think of you?"
Yes.
I can only give you so many answers. Ask which. I'll give you 3 for free.
Oh God. Oh God, I don't know. I think her like first thought is like, one of the crew, like Mojave or Anxiety, or you know what I mean, like she or Shellhound, like whatever, like one of the crew. But I think her mind very quickly shifts to her mother, because there's a part of her very deep down that thinks her mother secretly hates her because she is a child that was born from force. And I think Morningstar views herself as a monster. And she thinks her mother thinks of her the same way. So I think one of the people she says is my mom.
He calmly nods, closes his eyes, and looks up into the sky, like he's looking off into the distance. She truly wonders if something so perfect could come out of a monster like her. She's healing now, and every day she curses herself for being sick. She blames herself every single moment. She blames herself for her love's death, blames herself for not going back, even given the suicide mission it would be. She would die so many times over for you, for all of you. Her blame lies solely on her father. Two left.
Jesus. She I don't think she stops crying at any point. I think she just remains that way. Um, I don't know how to pick Softy. um, shit.
You can always try to come back.
Yeah, I think we. Yikes! I don't know if she ever wants to come back here again. This is a lot.
This is what happens when you eat spirits.
Yeah, never doing that again. This is the worst. Not for Morningstar, for Rissa, because Rissa doesn't want to cry. And I have been. Okay. Shit. I don't know. Softy, here we go. Why don't I'm gonna roll a dice about it, because I don't.
Roll a
this
dice,
is
roll
what
a
you
dice
get
about
for finding a way to commit diablerie in a system without diablerie.
Not what I wanted.
Yeah, right.
You animal.
That's a really good way of putting it.
You animal.
Congratulations. Just congratulations.
When Rissa gets such a high-pitched voice that Zoom can't hear.
I can't believe that you guys would betray me in this
It's-
way. Okay,
This
right.
is all my fault, dog.
This is you. And you know what? And I'm gonna blame you. I will take none of the blame for this.
That's okay.
Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. Of course it lands on. All right. It's Oliver. It's Mojave.
Oh, okay. This one's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna cry. Just everyone get real comfortable with me being
He-
emotional.
He laughs a little bit to himself. He takes a step back and he waves his hands out over the water. Mojave, what are your honest, true thoughts about Scales? What do you truly think?
There's, first of all, so much love. I mean, Scales was there when nobody else was. She let him crash on her couch when all she knew about him was he was a drunk who was in the wrong convenience store at the wrong time. She's been like, if he were put to a choice between like him and or between Scales and Oscar, it would destroy him. But beneath the just protective, the desire to see her safe, to see her happy, to see her be more than what she thinks she is, there is the terror, not of her, but for her, that she might make the same choices T made. He doesn't think she will, but there's a fear that she might. And the fear that if the only reason he is here is because she saw the good in him, told him he could be more than the monster. He can't save himself, but maybe she saved him and maybe he can save her. And if he can't, what hope is there for anybody? He desperately needs her to be okay. But he's terrified that she will let her pain get the best of her. And she won't know how to seek help. And she will go down the road he went down before. And someday he might have to do what Ozzy did. Not because she's a weapon, not because she's a monster, but because she is a person. Like he is a person with all the capacity for good and all the capacity for evil. And he doesn't want to see her lose her heart.
cool. So very cool.
Grandfather waves his hands back. The water becomes its regular shimmery surface, and he looks to you and just very calmly, one remains.
Oh God. Why are y'all doing this to me? I don't know what the fuck I did to deserve this.
Listen, there were reasons you came here. It was your actions that led you to this.
I don't know when this
Well,
became
ain't
attack
this-
rest of the episode, but it's great. I'm enjoying this.
Pretty good. It's pretty good stuff.
You're next,
I mean, the
motherfucker.
medicine was given ages ago. The soul was taken ages ago. You could have haggled. When Rue offered the deal, you could have haggled.
I'm a
Dear
terrible haggler.
God.
I'm a terrible haggler. Okay. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Do you need to roll a dice about the third one?
There's also, just like Mojave said, that you can always just say no. You can always say, I don't want this. I'm not ready for this. I am not prepared to have this conversation.
But
Thank you so much,
is,
goodbye.
is she willing to give up that kind of information?
Shit. No.
But it's an option.
I
It is an
don't
option,
know.
and she has that choice.
You have
Oh.
the view into anyone's head that you could want right now.
Oh no.
Bum bum bum.
The question is their thoughts on you, but anyone's thoughts. And it is their honest to God thoughts.
That does include the gang bosses too.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that includes
That's why
every
I'm
Dawn,
saying.
every
That's
gang
why I'm
boss.
saying. Oh no. That's why I'm saying. Oh no.
Fenrir, Oscar, 404.
Any of the players.
Any other player that you might want?
That's an
Fee?
extreme. Oh no. That's an extreme. Oh no. That's such. Ooh, child. Okay. Okay. I don't think. I don't think she. I don't think she cares anymore what the bosses think of her. Not in that way, right? Like they've kind of made it clear that they see her as a threat, whether it be to their sort of business family situation, whether it be to themselves or whatever. I don't they've made that much clear. I am scared to choose one of the other players. I'm scared. Okay. Okay. Yikes. This feels bad. Okay. I think she is not going to be selfish.
Howard.
No, stop. I just don't want to cry anymore.
Oh my
Howard,
god,
Howard,
immediate
Owen,
coward.
please, I'm so ready with every answer I had. Watch you pick a character I didn't prepare because I'm a dumbass.
Trash the rat!
Right. No, actually. That's this trash thing. No. No, she's not prepared to hear what other people have to say. I don't think you know what, you're right. I am a coward. I can't physically handle that. I think, God, you've given me the hardest fucking thing to do right now, Softy. God damn it. I'm so sorry to the audience. Fuck. Okay.
Roll a
Okay.
die. Roll a
I'm
die.
gonna roll a die about it.
On behalf of the audience, emotional trauma is the best thing to watch.
Hard
Okay.
hands.
Okay, a 6, it's Sleipnir. 5, it's anxiety. 4, Shellhound. 3 Jason, 2 Cloudy, and 1 is T.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
Oh no! Hell, yes, yes.
We are rolling dice right now, okay? I'm so scared. Oh my god. Okay.
Who is it? Oh no! No!
Yes!
Roll
Oh, it was
Sorry, what did you
T.
just roll?
Okay.
Roll a 1. It's T.
I'm here.
Alrighty then. So,
going
do
on?
you request a father what T thinks of you?
Okay.
Request of grandfather.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm mentally ready. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna just do it. Fuck it. Okay.
So,
Proceed.
you request of grandfather what T thinks of you. And he puts his hands out, allows the water to come in, and it turns the deepest red. T, what do you think of Morningstar?
Morningstar is life imitating art.
That is clean, concise, and a pure thought.
I'm
And
just
that's
vomit.
everything.
Your eyes get so wide.
Okay. I think right. If anybody
fully-
fucking checks up on her, she has
BioWare
stopped breathing in her sleep.
BioWare is the combination. It is like the next step of evolution, right? It is because flesh is absolutely a design flaw, but BioWare is the best of both. And her ability to interact with tech just because she exists is like peak. That is perfection. There are a couple impurities, but we can fix that in the Crucible. And if he is the smith, so be it. He will finish the work. He is perhaps not able to finish the work, but nor is he free to abandon it. He will help his friend.
The way y'all, I have neighbors. I want to scream.
Bro, the way I'm trying not to wake my damn roommate up.
Fully, if anybody checks up on her, she has stopped breathing in her sleep.
Yeah, putting a pin in that.
I think when she sees T, her heart breaks. The tears come anew. And to hear his thoughts scares her because there is a very sick little mini snake part of herself that takes satisfaction in the fact that he sees her as that. But it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying, especially when he is like, if he is the smith, and so be it. Like the untold horrors that could mean. And it scares her, like violently scares her.
Muhammad
And
doesn't
her
think she
reaction
will,
to
but he
it.
fears that she might.
Yeah, it calls back to what Mojave thinks. Then she thinks about her mother, and God, she's going fucking through it. I think it's like she is fully in self-soothing mode. A habit that she has had since the lab, where she starts digging her nail into her scale as if to pick it off, because she doesn't know how to handle all of those emotions. And it would be so easy just to turn it off. And she hates herself for it. And I think she just crumbles. She just crumbles onto the earth and starts to scream. Yep. She just starts screaming.
Forest seems to swallow your screams. And you feel a drain out of your body. And you let out all of the emotions. And you don't know how long later. You don't know. Time means nothing. But eventually, you feel yourself calm. More because you just feel your body can't go any farther. This entire time, Grandfather stood by. He didn't flinch, move, just one hand in contact with you. When you come back to your senses, you realize that there are roots that have created almost this cradle, in a way, around you, stopping your head from hitting rock or dirt. And you hear, of all things, the creaking of what you realize is a rocking chair. And off to your left is suddenly what was not there is now there, and you see a old cabin settled in these woods, and on its porch you see a much frailer looking old man smoking a pipe, and he's just rocking in his chair and looking at you, and you hear more in your head than anything else. There, child. You let it out. It still stays, but you've at least let it out. You've gained answers. You've gained thought. Our chance meeting is fascinating. Many curse my name after being here. I hope you will not do the same. I hope that my gifts have helped in some way.
She shakes her head at him when he says that people curse him. She isn't going to curse him. She gets up and she sort of slithers over to him, and she just puts her hand on his frail old hand and holds it for a minute in an almost just like a silent communion for a moment. And then she says, "Thank you."
And he smiles. And it's almost like you watch some of the wrinkles on his face lighten. Like he gets a little more life to him. And he looks up at you and just, if you ever want to come back, there are always ways to find it. I don't think this gateway will ever work again. But maybe one of your other friends could help. There is also a way on your plane, too. I don't know where it is, but it's there somewhere. If you want to come back, that is. I can't do much more now. The dawn approaches and your body takes you back. But if you ever want more answers, just know you'll pay a big price for them. Now, take my kindness and go back. Let an old man sleep. And let a wonderful little person wake up. You'll do great things, Lydia. Trust me.
He smiles. And she says, "See you around, grandfather." She wakes up.
And with that, yeah, you come back into your body. It is not a jolt. It is almost peaceful as your eyes just sort of flitter open. You're not sure what time it is. In fact, it does still seem to be dark. Midori is... He's connected to his charge port via a long cable, but he is nestled next to you. And as you... yes?
No, you're good. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I'm about to end it, so any last minute thing you want to do.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think she realizes that she was holding her breath in her sleep. And then she starts to breathe again. And I think she gives Midori a little kiss on the forehead, but I think she gets up and she very quietly slithers out. She goes to she goes right outside the building, sort of shutting down the security so no alarms go off as she like opens doors and stuff.
Mojave sprawled on the couch in the main room.
Just starfished on the fucking and I think she doesn't go far. She goes like literally right outside that like main door, right? And I think she just takes a really deep breath and looks up at the stars, the little that she can see in this city. And I think that it's not peace. It's not 100% feeling like great, right? But I think she doesn't feel as heavy as she did before. And I think she becomes determined to not be the monster that her grandfather made her to be, and to not force Mojave to have to make a choice that he would not want to make. And she thinks that she needs to stay as far away from T as possible because that is dangerous and scary. And part of her worries that if things got bad enough, she would let him win. So she becomes very determined to not be that. That's it.
All right. With Morningstar outside, before any others wake up from their evening of probably booze and movies, the only other person maybe awake who may have witnessed this, possibly, was Anxiety. But we will get to that next time, as we are going to call it for this evening. That got emotional a little bit, didn't it? Hi. I hope everyone enjoyed watching the unfortunately Teresa apart episode, apparently. Didn't mean that. Didn't know it was going to happen here. Oops.
I mean, you know what I always say about downtime episodes?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Always happens.
Turn into something. They turn into something.
But yes, I hope everyone had fun. I hope everyone had fun playing. Rissa, please forgive me. I love you. I promise.
Had a great time. Had a great time.
I was so ready for that die to land on that too. I was so ready.
Oh Lord. I
will
somehow
say-
knew it was gonna be one. All right.
I will say narratively, I
Mhm.
wanted it nowhere else.
Yeah, no, spot on.
I've never felt more betrayed by my dice. They will be going in jail.
Dice jail.
It was the
Time to
right
go to dice
choice.
jail. It was the correct choice. All right, so let me do our lovely things in order of. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter the order. I'm gonna let Rissa go first because I have tormented her enough.
You most certainly have, you little
So-
shit.
Morningstar, who are you and why do you exist?
Apparently, to be an emotional punching bag for my friends. Whatever. Hi guys. I am the Rissa Rafe all over the internet. You can find me here on Table of Horrors playing Morningstar on Shadowrun. But I'm also a part of Lanyuk Gaming, where I am a storyteller and a player. If you'd like to see the things that I've been on, there we have a YouTube channel. Go check it out. You might see some familiar faces in the future for a story that I story told. So yeah, when that comes out, we hope that you enjoy that too. Other than that, I am also a part of the Rolling Nomads. Currently airing is Old Gods of Appalachia, where I play a cursed sage that delves into darkness. I also cry a lot on that show too. God damn it. Also, I have a YouTube channel where I do ASMR styled readings of books that I love, usually just a chapter or two. To encourage you all to go and buy those books yourself, because you should be reading more. Reading is important. Read before all the books are banned. I also do spicy content. If you're into that sort of thing, check it out. The links will be linked somewhere. Yeah, and that is it. That is what I do.
All right. Next, because he's definitely gonna have to disappear soon. Anxiety, who are you and why do you exist?
I'm Slip. I work retail.
Thank you very much. And then,
Watson, who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, Shellhound, who are you and why do you exist?
I exist to write down this future information for Rissa, and I'm gonna make it as detailed as possible just to fuck with her. I'm behaving this week. I'm not gonna say what I normally say. Other than that, you can find me here to hang out with my
Hey.
friends.
Now you're just doing ranch dressing shots in here.
Woo! Ranch dressing shots.
Oh, no, it was a Caesar. I didn't do the wrench.
You said
Oh,
you
true,
did
true,
all
true.
of them.
Oh, I thought you
In
meant out
game,
of character.
in game, out of character.
Yeah.
Just Caesar, but all right.
Just Caesar.
Oh
And
god.
Parmesan cheese.
and Parmesan cheese.
All right, moving away from that before I die a little inside. Mojave, who are you and why do you exist?
Hi, I'm Debreakathon. I exist to be your problem. Hi, I do writing and art and streaming and stuff. You can find me tormenting Softy over on my channel Daybreakathon, where I play whatever I want whenever I can. Lately that's been Monster Hunter with Softy, tormenting him by not knowing what I'm doing and pushing the wrong button. I also do the character art for the characters here, and also my character in the Thursday game, Carnage D Minor. And right, I wrote a couple of books. Wordbreaker and Windswept are both available for sale if you'd like to check them out. And the third one is on the way. Progress is slow but steady, but I am optimistic. I think that's all my things. And the moment my dog hears me saying this, he always comes running to say hello.
Puppy. Next, because he has things to shill. Jason, who are you and why do you exist? Jason, you are muted.
Yes, I am muted. I am Nascavian. I play tabletop on Table of Horrors every Monday for Shadowrun and every Thursday for Vampire. I have friends who have authored books, such as our very own Daybreakathon, who has written Wordbreaker and Windswept. check them out. They're great books. And I have another friend who's written a book. He goes by Solus, and he's written Obelisk: The Long Dream. It's like a sci-fi book. All right, cool.
All right, and then last but never least in my heart, Cloudburst, who are you and why do you exist?
Greetings, everyone. I am Lord Radon. I play Cloudburst here on Mondays. I exist to be a professional. I think I have achieved that mostly today. But I also exist to do stuff with other friendos, whether it is here or other channels. I'm enjoying things. I recently been coming back from my own vacation. Might be slightly sick, but hopefully my voice hasn't been too bad. But yeah, good fun time.
Oh lord. And then as my brain slowly begins to work again, because I can't ever talk while I'm typing. There we go. Both my links and TOH's links are in there. Hi, I've been your Cosmic GM, Softhanomicon. Oh my god, I guess I exist to torment my friends, and I'm very sorry about it. But also not sorry at all, because damn if it ain't good TV. Here in Table of Horrors, obviously, I do run the Flood. I created our overlay and our backgrounds and everything that's not the character art I made, including the trailer. Trailer? Intro. I'll know what words are. I
sure don't.
Fuck. I also have my own channel called Softhanomicon because, yeah, I got it. And I do video games, be tormented by my friend, and once I get back into a groove, goddammit, I'm gonna do a fucking art or writing. We're gonna do something. Please, brain, let me do this. I have a Patreon. I'm making a coloring book. Periodic Table of Monsters, $3 you can get every page. It looks a little weird right now, but it still functions. That's it. Also, yes, we're on Table of Horrors, and I'm gonna raid, hold on, what do we got? Oh, well, hey, we mentioned them, why not? We're gonna go raid Rolling Nomads. They are currently playing Werewolf the Apocalypse of Bane and Blood. It's apparently one of their epilogues. And I want a story I can do epilogues on. Alright, we're going to start that raid, but we cannot go until... No, you're going to make a joke of it. You're probably already gone. Maybe you're not gone. Ah, you're not gone! Until Anxiety says the line.
He's fucking blue.